No.
¿Ya?
Hola.
Oh, ¿están despiertos?
How's everyone doing? Hot mic. Hello, M1. ¿Me escuchan?
Yo creo que es que me quieren dejar a mí hablar todo el tiempo.
Hola. Okay. How's everyone this morning? Awesome. Please drink a chair. Por favor, tomen asiento. My name is Eduardo Padial, and I'm startup executive at Parallel18.
And I am Belisa Bermudez, and I am the other startup executive at P18. We are extremely happy to be on this stage today because this is a very, very, very special demo day for the Parallel18 staff. Half of the companies that you're about to see have been with us for almost 9 months because they were part of our pre-accelerator program, Pre-18, and now Generation 5 of Parallel18. And this is also a first today. And it's that you're going to see the PT team as the host for Demo Day. Woo. Round of applause. I've also always wanted to be famous and be up on stage, so I want to try something because it's on my bucket list and I need you guys to help me out. Are you okay with that? Okay, so just to make sure that you're woken up, when I say P, you say 18. Okay, let's practice. P? 18. P? 18. Yeah, I like it, I like it.
Okay, that's right. Now it's working. Okay. Se despertaron. That's better than coffee. So it's going to be mostly Belisa and I. We're startup executives, so we see these startups, these 28 startups, day to day. So before we go on, we just want to say how proud we are of this Gen 5. And at first, I want to ask a big round of applause for you guys so those founders can hear them backstage. Let's get them pumped.
So, with this, we want to officially welcome you to P18's Generation 5 Demo Day. Guys, we want to be trending, so please use the hashtag P18 Demo Day when you post, tweet, or upload pictures of the event, and give @P18 Startups a shout out in all social media platforms. So, before we go on to the pitches, we'd like to invite Sebastián Vidal, Executive Director of Parallel18, to the stage to share a few words.
Sí. ¿Está funcionando? Sí. ¿Cómo están? ¿Bien? Super. Now I'm going to switch to English. So thank you all for coming. Welcome to our 5th demo day already. 3 years, 5 demo days, almost 200 companies. But it feels like a fresh start, right? It's, every time these companies come to the stage, it's very inspiring, and it's like a new, fresh air. So, you know, it's been an amazing journey. I think everyone here saw our companies and have seen our history, and everyone is, you know, very excited about the opportunity that these entrepreneurs has, and we need to, you know, have a big round of applause for the entrepreneurs that are behind it. Please give them a huge ovation to the entrepreneurs that are behind me because they're nervous and they don't need to. Huge round of applause. So each cohort is a new learning experience, right? So in Generation 5, we have a very diverse set of companies, from, you know, the way that we buy groceries to the way that we engage with customers in general. From Colombia to India, I think we have validated that, you know, Puerto Rico is an attractive place to do business, and there's a lot of people in the world that wants to come here to start their own company and to grow their business. So I think it's great that we validated that initial hypothesis that we had. So this demo day marks our 3rd year, and I couldn't be, you know, more proud about the amazing results that my team and also the companies made. Almost $60 million in sales, more than $30 million in private capital raised, out of which $4 million are raised by Puerto Rican investors, which, you know, round of applause, because most of you are here. Yeah. And almost 300 jobs. And I think one of the most important parts of Parallel 18 program is that we're creating a mindset change, and we're seeing that in our talent. So most of the employees and interns of our companies now are becoming entrepreneurs, right? And we're seeing them in Parallel 18 and also pre-18. And talking about pre-18, which is our pre-revenue accelerator that we launched after the hurricane, I have an amazing announcement to make. I'm very excited to share this, that pre-18 is gonna become a permanent program of Parallel 18. Thank you, Bettina. So yeah, I think the community and the entrepreneurs did an amazing job, exceeded our expectations, and the program went way beyond just being a response to the hurricane, right? So we're happy about that. None of this would have been possible without the help of an amazing, amazing team. I'm gonna name each one of them, but I don't wanna miss any because they're gonna, of course. So Lucas, Eduardo, Marie, Wanda, Cristina, Bettina, Paola, Natalia, Tirsa, Monique. Round of applause to them. And also to two amazing leaders and part of the Parallel 18 team, Jonathan and Belisa, that will be leaving Parallel 18 to work abroad, to sophisticate and be better professionals so they can come back to the island and keep working and adding value to Puerto Rico. So last but not least, I encourage you to become part of the history of Parallel 18, which is an exciting one. Connect with our entrepreneurs today, invest in the companies that you feel interesting, because I think each dollar that you spend in our companies goes directly to the Puerto Rican economy. So without further ado, welcome to Parallel 18 Demo Day number 5. Enjoy and have a great Demo Day. I'm still here. So now I'm going to introduce to my boss, Lucy Crespo, who actually was one of the most important persons that made this happen and brought me here to Puerto Rico. Lucy is the CEO of the Puerto Rico Science, Technology, and Research Trust, the organization that managed and ran Parallel 18, among other entrepreneurship, innovation and technology transfer programs of Puerto Rico. An amazing job that they have done in these last 10 years. So I'll leave the mic to Lucy Crespo.
Bueno, thank you, Sebastián. I want to be sure that you are awake with a lot of energy and that you are listening carefully. B? Okay, you got it. Well, welcome. Good morning. This is a very special Generation 5 for all of us. First of all, because as Sebastián mentioned, we are celebrating our 3rd year, and this is half of the companies that you will see this morning came out of what happened to Puerto Rico on September 2017, which was Maria. And when Maria hit Puerto Rico, this team and all the members of the Puerto Rico Science and Technology Trust, we got into the table and we say, what do we have to do different? How do we respond to this unfortunate event that happened to all of us? And out of that exercise came the idea of taking 40 local companies that were not ready for Parallel 18 and help them to be ready so they can come to Parallel. And I'm delighted that we were so successful that half of the members of this cohort are from Parallel pre-18. I'm really delighted in the trust. This is one of the key programs that we have to change the economy of Puerto Rico. The mission of the trust is to facilitate, to finance, and to build the capacity that we need to accelerate the Puerto Rico economy and the well-being of our citizens. And we do that through innovation-driven enterprise, working with science, technology, and our industrial base. Everything that we do have one ultimate objective, and that is to really increase the innovation capacity of Puerto Rico. And we are delighted every time we review the input report of Parallel 18, how working together with so many people, including a lot of the people that are in this audience, our investor, our visiting investor, our mentors, we are doing that Okay, so I just had to tell you, please enjoy the presentation from these companies. At the Trust, we have the Parallel Venture Fund, so we do invest, we walk our talk. Así que, I invite all of you to look into the beautiful opportunity because the best is yet to come. Bye.
Thank you, Lucy and Sebastián. So we also would like to thank the Instituto de Cultura Puertorriqueña for collaborating with us and hosting Demo Day at this beautiful theater.
I'm looking forward to a day full of innovative and inspiring companies, and most of all, to have all of you see what they've been up to. But first, let's do the 411 on how this is going to roll for those of you who've never been to a Demo Day. There are 28 startups from P18's Generation 5 that are pitching today. Each one will have 4 minutes to present their business. They have a clock right here on stage to let them and us know when their time is up. An investors panel that Eduardo is going to introduce in a little bit will get 2 minutes for Q&A. If a startup runs out of time, Bettina will come out to the stage and ask you to applaud and cheer them on.
Okay, so let's practice that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time's up.
Woo!
Nice.
You're doing great, Bettina. Great.
Okay. Good level of energy. P. Okay, it's working, it's working. Okay, so there's gonna be, these entrepreneurs are gonna be counting down. There's gonna be no breaks in between as compared with other demo days. So feel free to stretch your legs. There's gonna be a break and some coffee halfway through. So there's something different also at the end of the presentations for this demo day. We're gonna have a QR code, all right? So now in your iPhones, I don't know if you know, you can click on camera, and it's actually gonna register that QR code. That QR code is gonna read it, it's gonna show a pop-up, and you can actually send an email to the founder that is on stage. You can send them an email, hey, I like your product, hey, I think we can collaborate, hey, we can invest. If you want to invest, don't put on subject Prince of Far, Far Away Land. So also, for Androids, there are apps for QR code reading. So this is something pretty cool. And for that, we want to thank our Generation 4 startup, Suba, previously known as ParkNet.
Woo! Okay, so even though the startups here are looking to get the investors and clients' attention, 2 of them will also be crowned as the champions of Demo Day. The investors panel will get their pick, and you get to say with the People's Love Award. Our amazing sponsors of the day, T-Mobile, has enabled online voting for us. For this, so pay attention and take notes on your favorites so you can vote at the end. This will happen right after the last pitch, and you won't miss it. You won't want to miss it, sorry. Since we have a couple more surprises for you, I also want to give a big shout out to all of our awesome sponsors: International Printing, Cube Events, Subo, Evertech, Aeronet, and Morro Ventures.
As is tradition with Parallel18 and our culture, we run on a very tight schedule, so you can expect to be on time for lunch. So let's go and have a wrap up. If you have your Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, hashtag P18 Demo Day on social media. And recognizing the great work of all the P18 events groups, interns, and volunteers running the show today, I think they deserve another round of applause. So one more thing before our first founder comes out. We want to recognize the investors that have come from all over the world to be right here and see all these 28 awesome companies. So please stand up when you're called. And you don't have to show your check right now. So first, Kai Bond, lead investment for Catalyst Fund, a venture capital fund that invests in underrepresented founders.
Woo!
Adam Keynes, former entrepreneur, founded and sold 4 companies before 28. And he's also Freeman Financial Senior Partner, founder, and managing partner of the venture capital firms Bisrup and the MindGap Angel Investor. Next up, Carolina Huaranca. Carolina is the only Peruvian American principal at a venture capital firm, To date, she has shared her impact investments experience on over 50 stages, including South by Southwest Edu, Aspen Institute Latinos in Society program, and NPR. And also, she is recognized by Hispanics in Philanthropy as a Latino leader and a Cosmo Latina Fearless Award winner alongside Jessica Alba. Wow. Jessica Sheft Ason is an angel investor, e-commerce veteran, a co-founder of Potluck. We have a returning angel investor, John Ason. John Ason.
Yay, John! Woo!
John Ason is an investor for over 21 years, specializing in early-stage pre-revenue company. He has made over 80 eclectic investments in the areas of e-commerce technology, advertising, digital social media, and entertainment. And over 80 companies. There are 20 female founders, 20 international companies. Next up, Sam Ursel. Sam is an angel investor and VP of online content and corporate development at Etlium. Sam participated in Y Combinator with his startup, Optoparts, before being acquired. And last but not least, Bennett Surjot, a general partner at Lead Out Capital, an early-stage investment fund. Lead Out's edge lies in the ability to identify, partner with, and support non-obvious, underrepresented founders very early.
Oh, sorry. So, it's really happening. We're getting ready to start demo day officially. Before we bring out the first startup, I went blank there. I'm gonna try the P. Guys, come on, it's early, but there was coffee outside.
P18.
There we go. So now, a Puerto Rican company with family ties to Mexico. Let's hear it, Molcajete Foods.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. My name is Daniel Rivera. I'm co-founder of Molcajete Foods. When people look at this picture, they remember the taste and the aromas of that unique home-style cooking of their grandmother, aunt, or mother. That is food full of love and full of passion. For us, that's our Mexican grandmother, Doña Lola. I remember the Sunday lunches with those long tables where more than 20 family members will gather together to share her food, her love, and our experiences. It was at that table where we learned the value of family unity, hard work, and service to others. With that in mind, we decided, the family, to share with the same passion and with the same love the corn tortilla recipe of our grandmother. That's why we created Doña Lola, Tortillas Doña Lola. We are a food manufacturing company that produces soft corn tortillas and tortilla chips. Our products are deep resistant, they have an outstanding taste, they have no preservatives, they're gluten-free and non-GMO. There's a lot of broken dreams out there, but Doña Lola is here to put some love and taste to it. Our business have three main revenue streams: retail market with the Doña Lola brand, food service with restaurant, food trucks, and hotels, and private label manufacturing. These are the top restaurants and hotels of Puerto Rico which we are currently serving. We have, in the last 10 months, fulfilled 488 orders with 100% fulfillment rate and 24 active clients. Our client values the most or consistency in service and product. Today, we're proud to announce that we're launching Tortilla Chips Doña Lola to the retail market. They're so good that you're gonna start eating your bag and you're not gonna stop. We're gonna be selling them at $4.99 MSP at the supermarkets. We're starting up with Supermercados Econo and to-go stores. We are at 13 supermarkets and 11 to-go stores in the metropolitan area and nearby cities. You can also order online with Econo to Go and Rompon. Our marketing strategy will be social media marketing with Instagram and Facebook, billboard advertising through the metropolitan area. We'll have activation with tastings at this point of sales, and we will expanding to the rest of Puerto Rico in the next 3 months. The market, in Puerto Rico, the corn tortilla only is a $22 million market. In the United States, the whole tortilla market is about $13.8 billion, being corn, half of that. Who's gonna do this? Abuela's team. Roberto, myself, Daniel, and Juan. We are brothers, but we're also experienced professionals in the field. We have more than 8 years of experience in manufacturing, 5 of those in the food business. We also have 7 team members in the operations and marketing area. Today, we're looking for partners to help us grow our brand in the food service, invest in private label, and help us grow in Puerto Rico and export to the US. So, invite Doña Lola to your holiday party and help us share Abuela's love. Thank you.
Hello? Everyone can hear me now. Okay, Danielle, well, thank you so much for being first. I know it's always hard to have empathy as a former entrepreneur for that. So for a clarification question, you mentioned 3 revenue streams. I'd be curious to know what is kind of the mix of those revenue streams?
The mix of...
Yeah, so you mentioned 3 revenue streams. Where is the majority of money gonna come from?
So we started as a food service company, and that's our main revenue stream right now. But after Maria, most of our biggest clients, which are the hotel chains, are closed or still in process of opening. So we're accelerating the launch of a retail product so we can generate and growth in the retail market. After these restaurants hotels come back up, we'll be also servicing the food service area. There is a little bit of in the food service with the distribution channels, and the food service area, we're gonna have a distributor that is gonna help us grow that brand through Puerto Rico.
Okay.
Thank you.
For their operations, please welcome Elemétrica.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Francisco Baiz, and I'm very excited to talk to you about the things that we're doing in Elemétrica. Every restaurateur's dream starts with the vision of creating the perfect experience. And every little detail is important. The venue, the lighting, the music in the background, but in the heart of it all lies the menu. The journey begins when a customer decides to enter our doors and sit on our tables. Then it's the managers and waiters' responsibility to create a perfect experience. But there's a problem on that dream. A wrong management strategy will not only kill the perfect experience, but it will also lead to an unattended problem called lost sales. Lost sales are very difficult to measure because they vary from price per cover, moments of sales, restaurant areas, products and categories offered in the menu, but most of all by the pure sales execution of the waiter. Our waiter management app lets restaurant owners segment the different areas of the restaurant while providing the tools to understand moments of sales. It helps them analyze the performance of each waiter on a per customer level, ranking their performance according to segments, products and categories, spotting growth opportunities based on their strengths and weaknesses. Finally, it generates an individual report to guide a personalized training, and it lets you see the evolution of the waiter throughout time. The right strategy has the potential to recover up to 25% of the lost sales. By integrating on 90+ POS systems, we provide restaurant owners and the use of analytics the tools so that they can make the right business decisions while training their staff members and increasing profits by reducing the lost sales. There are over 600,000 restaurants in Latin America that generate over $200 billion in annual sales. Elemetrica has an obtainable market of $20 million on annual sales. We have operations in over 8 Latin American countries with offices in 5 of them, and we have successfully installed more than 590 locations that they have processed more than 30 million transactions. We have a lifetime value to customer acquisition ratio of 8:1. These are a few of our clients, and we're very proud to be working with Papa John's locally. We have an easy-to-understand monthly subscription revenue model, and our plans start from $65 and go all the way up to $380. We also charge a one-time installation fee. There's only one company in the world that has an app similar to ours called Davero, but they fall short on lost sales calculations. They do not provide a segmentation analysis, and they do not give waiter recommendations. We're a team of young entrepreneurs that lead a team of 19 employees. We have raised over $300,000 and plan to raise another $500 in the next couple of months to expand our presence in the region. Thank you very much. We're Elemetrica.
Thank you for sharing, and congratulations on the traction so far. Question for the restaurants in terms of their point of sale. What does an integration look like for a restaurant, and how do they get onboarded quickly to keep the staff on board?
So if we already know the point of sale or the system, we integrate to it in an average of 4 hours. If we go to a customer that has a new POS systems that we're not used to integrating, that integration can last up to a week. But most of the onboarding has to do with the validation of the data, so that we understand that we're updating, we're getting the information from each invoice generated and the products and the amount of products there are on those invoices.
Hi, thank you for sharing. Out of curiosity, what's the average lost revenue from waiters being inefficient?
So we have with the restaurants that we have installed our waiter management application, we've seen a return of 5x. Normally that would be around $3,000 to $5,000 a month.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, clicker. So, me and my friends are total beach bums ever since we were super kids. So, I definitely love the next company's products and mission. Give it up for SNU.
Good morning. I'm Luis de Casanave, and I'm the co-founder of SNU, where we develop eco-friendly and natural sport sun care. Here in Puerto Rico, we are blessed with paradise, where we can go to the beach, enjoy the sun and the ocean every weekend of the year. However, that enjoyment is not without cost because of what we introduce to the environment. The #1 ingredient in sunscreen, oxybenzone, causes detrimental growth and reproduction effects across all coral reefs. This damage is irreversible. Today, the planet's coral reefs have already decreased by 30%, and another 40% are in danger in the next 10 years. These effects are not isolated to just coral reefs, but to all marine life. Here we see the effects of just 1 tiny parts per billion of oxybenzone in 48 hours in developing fish. We see that the industry is not helping out with this problem. In 2008, a study finds that oxybenzone is present in 97% of the US population. Then we find there are 9,500 US cases of skin cancer diagnosed every day. Across a year, that is over 3 million new cases. That is like the entire population of Puerto Rico getting skin cancer every year. Then 4 years later, we find almost half of sunscreens don't meet their SPF claims. And still, last year, 73% of sunscreens still contain these toxic ingredients. Finally, someone stepped up and took the first legit legislative action in Hawaii banning toxic sunscreens that are dangerous to the environment, sending a note to the rest of the nation and opening an opportunity for us new. We have developed a broad spectrum protection sunscreen using natural and local ingredients that provides sweat and water resistance for the most extreme sports. We are proud to do this using local sources and be able to match the protection of top commercial sunscreens, putting us in a category where we can offer the best protection while respecting the environment. We retail our sunscreen at $15 via our e-commerce and on retail partnerships. Since our local launch in October, we already have $2,500 in revenue and retailers in San Juan and Mayaguez. And we are proud to announce that we will be the Puerto Rico's first FDA certified sunscreen by 2019. We have grown our production capacity from $240 per month of me cooking in my kitchen to 1,000 units per month. And we have signed a GMP partnership to further increase that capacity to 100,000 units per month to be able to sell at scale and attack the $18 billion US market where customers are looking for natural and eco-friendly alternatives. We are looking for $275,000 to bring 3 new eco-friendly sun care products to market and launch in the US. Our team consists of 2 co-founders dedicated to living each day to the fullest and experiencing nature's greatest thrills. If you want to help us protect ourselves and protect the environment, please check us out at snoowax.com.
Thanks so much for that presentation. My question is, can you talk a little bit about chemically how your sunscreen is environmentally friendly? What's actually in it?
Absolutely. Our sunscreen uses non-nano zinc oxide compared to oxybenzone and octinoxate. This non-nano zinc oxide across all the ingredients that the FDA uses as in their certified OTC monograph has the best protection across UVB and UVA range. So the best protection across all chemical and natural ingredients. And being a mineral, it's basically a rock. It's inert to the environment, so it's not bioavailable to us or to the coral reefs.
Thank you for sharing. It's a wonderful product. How do you think about acquiring users through your direct-to-consumer channels and building up that critical mass?
Right. We are, that's a great question in terms of how we want to break into the US market. We believe that engaging with our users through events and local partnerships in that area is crucial. Being such a lifestyle brand, we have to make that connection with our users and not just be an online presence. Thank you.
So, up next is another pre-18er with an amazing mission. Libro 787 is taking local authors to places as far as Singapore. This deserves a big applause too. Carlos, come and talk about Libro 787.
Hello everyone, my name is Carlos Goyo, co-founder and CEO of Libro 787, an online store that's truly revolutionizing how books are being distributed to the Latino community, locally and all across the world. Did you know that there are more than 5.5 million Puerto Ricans living in the US mainland? That's almost twice the amount of the population here in the island. And yet, no one had figured out a sustainable way to export our local literature to a market that is constantly seeking ways to connect with their culture. And you might think we already have Amazon for that. Well, not exactly. In reality, if you go on and search for Puerto Rican titles, you might end up in one of these 2 scenarios. Overpriced books sold as a collector's item, or even worse, they're just not available when needed. So that's why we've created Libro 787, an online bookstore that focuses on Latino literature. In our first 12 months of launching, we have partnered up with local bookstores, book publishers, and independent authors, and managed to rapidly become the leading one-stop shop solution for Puerto Rican literature. Our suppliers love us because now we're opening bigger markets for them to sell to, and our clients are happier than ever because now they can finally get to purchase hard-to-find books that connects with them. Our offerings include history books, biographies, and novels, as well as poetry, children's books, and textbooks. So how do we do it? Our business model is based on consignment sales. We retain a 30 to 40% commission of all sales, and we take care of the fulfillment process. Right now, we are serving the Puerto Rican diaspora. This is a $220 million per year unattended market. So let's talk numbers. Our traction so far in our first 12 months of launching, we've sent more than 6,800 orders with a total of more than $200,000 in sales. Most of our sales come from the United States. 48% of them are here, locally made from Puerto Rico, and the other 1% are international orders that have been sent to places in Latin, Europe, Asia, and the Middle East. Our platform is definitely helping upcoming and well-established authors. These two titles are a good example of the success we've had so far. Both of them sold 1,000 copies in the first 30 days of being on our platform. Thank you. We've consistently been growing during the Parallel18 5-month program. Right now, we are on track to double last month's sales and end up December with a total of more than $50,000 in sales. That's pretty good. All of this has happened with an amazing team with experience in the book industry, logistics, and customer service. So now we're seeking to raise $300K to grow faster by implementing aggressive online marketing strategies, hire talent for our marketing and logistics department, and expand to a new market. We have learned that hyper-focusing on a market adds a lot of value to our customers. So now we're thinking to replicate the same model in Mexico. It has the ideal industry and market to launch our platform during the next year. So we invite you to go ahead to Libro 787, use the promo code P18Demo, and get 20% off on your order. Thank you very much.
Do you have any plans to service the digital e-reader market?
Yeah, good question. Right now, we're currently designing the application to include ebooks also on our offerings.
Thanks for the presentation. My question is, how much bigger do you think the Mexican market is than the Puerto Rican market?
Yeah, well, the Mexican market, right now they're currently selling $500 million per year in books, but we think it has a lot more potential. Have in mind that most of the industry is based on the big cities, and we've learned that there are a lot of other places that don't even have access to books. So we know that there's more potential to that market, but right now the value is $500 million per year.
All right. P. All right, we still got it. Viewers' discretion is advised. This following pitch will make you hungry. Good thing is Dame Un Bite is here to give you a quick bite. So give it a round of applause for Jose from Dame Un Bite.
Hi everyone, my name is Jose Ortiz and I am the founder and CEO of Dame Un Bite. Dame Un Bite is a convenient way to buy and receive food, alcohol, groceries, and more. We built a delivery network to be used in any kind of delivery, but we decided to start with food. Right now, convenience is growing, and this is because people want to spend their time doing the things they like with the people they love. And this is a huge trend going out throughout the whole world. China, India, United States, they all have their own mainstream delivery service, but not Puerto Rico. We consider ourselves a logistic company. That is why we elevate delivery. In our first phase, we focus on the restaurant industry. That is why we have more than 300 restaurants right now in the platform, ranging from Cheesecake Factory, Subway, and a lot of local ones. In the second phase, we develop our grocery delivery, or our special orders. From stores like Costco, Sam's, and even Walgreens, we do grocery delivery to the same restaurant partners and also to other customers. We work really hard on having that relationship with our partners. That's why we invented marketing plans. These are unique ways and creative ways so that they can reach more clientele. Also, we offer this service to other companies and other industry so that they can have reach more clientele, like we did with Medalla in their beer day, giving free beer and free deliveries. Our business model is simple. We take a 20% of the restaurant food and a 25% of the delivery fee paid. The other 75% in tips goes to the driver. This year I've been very excited because we reached our goal of making $1 million in sales. That's basically more than 28,000 orders, and $25,000 from that comes from groceries delivery, and $6,000 from marketing plans that we started 2 months ago. 75% from those orders come from repeated customers, and we have a 28% growth month over month. This was thanks to a $225,000 investment that we released at the beginning of the year, and it made us be in this position right now. We are the platform with biggest presence in the island. We are in 5 towns. We use our own drivers so that they can do the deliveries, and in other 9 towns, restaurants use our platform, our technology, to make those with their drivers. That way, we can expand our brand without implementing more drivers in that part. Our team is super cool. I'm the founder, CEO. I studied mechanical engineering in Maya West. I work in NASA, Lilly, and Kimberly-Clark. Ninochka is a marketing and sales manager, and Gamal work with the technology part. We are 16 people in the team in 5 departments. We have more than 150 drivers, and right now we have more than 750 people interested in working with us. We just assembled a board of advisors that they're helping us to get all over the island in next year. We understand that we are a volume company. That is why we have to grow fast in order to lose the less money in the long run. That is why, with the experience that we have this year, we have a plan to develop that, to grow faster. We need $425,000, which we have $325 that are committed, to basically decrease our delivery time by 50%, do more marketing campaigns, recruit more drivers, and reach our goal of making $10 million per year. That's basically 45,000 orders per week. We understand that making an investment is not that easy, and you have to feel right. That's why we can sit down over a cup of coffee and I can explain you the whole plan. For all of you guys, you can use the coupon code P18 with a capital P, so you can have a $5 discount on your next order. Thanks.
Thank you so much for the presentation. How do you think about defensibility in this business, like with Uber Eats or even other delivery services coming into the market? So also sharing a little bit about how you see competition would be helpful.
Yeah, that's a good question. So basically, with the Uber Eats just entered like 2 weeks ago, 1 week ago into the market, our sales had grown up actually, and this is because people are supporting us locally. We also differentiate ourselves, we don't only do food delivery, we also do grocery and alcohol delivery too. So we have that difference too. So Uber Eats is actually helping the local brands to get people to know that there's delivery inside the island already. So we have seen a growth in sales over this week. Right now we're focusing on also, we are in more towns than Uber Eats right now. We have 5 towns, San Juan, Caguas, Carolina, Bayamón, and Guaynabo. And we have also then other 9 towns that are restaurants using us as an online platform.
Thank you.
This next startup helps media companies increase revenue by optimizing the mobile traffic and advertising. How do they do it? Let's hear what Syndic has to say.
Hello everyone, my name is Camilo Usuga and I'm the co-founder of Syndicate. News publications are having a rough time. Not only they struggled from the transition from print to digital, they have more competition, and although 50% of the world population is consuming news daily, they receive less money from their content. We are solving this right now by taking control of their mobile site, roughly 90% of the traffic. We decrease the loading time, we improve the user experience, and that translates on happier users and more page consumed. We do this by with Syndicate, a content delivery platform. We connect the publishers with a digital ad networks, and we are launching Robotina, which is our smart paywall that charge only the right users on the right content. Our business model is quite simple. We charge, depending on the user traffic, from 300 to 3,000. We take a small cut on the additional revenue generated on the advertising and on the paywall. When you take a look at our case studies, we help a top Dominican Republic newspaper increase their revenue up to 25%. We help a Colombian newspaper decrease their bounce rate up to 45%. And an important magazine in Mexico, we help them increase the content consumed by the same users up to 30%. We are doing this in 25 publications on 7 countries with up to 20 million active users a month, generating almost 60 million page views a month. Our market is quite big. We have almost 12,000 publications only in the Americas. That's about 400 million readers daily. And if you go to the content subscription area, we expect to reach 10 million users, generating almost 360 million per year only on subscriptions. Taking a look at competition, either on content delivery, on paywall, most of the competitors charge a little bit of their revenue, and they also don't include the customization for each newspaper. And on the content paywall, we reduce the implementation time from months to only days. That helps generate the exact revenue that the newspaper are looking for. Our team is located on Medellin, on Colombia, and we have sales operations on Mexico and the Caribbean. We generated last year around 25K on revenue. We're expecting to generate 100K this year, and we think we can manage to generate 500K next year with the launch of our smart paywall. We're looking right now for sales agents and news groups that help us spread out Syndicate, improve the business, and launch into USA, Canada, and Europe next year. Thank you very much. Help us turn speed into money.
Thank you. Can you give a little bit more detail around the integration and go-to-market for a publishing partner that you work with?
For the content delivery platform?
That's right.
We basically take the m.dot domain of the publisher. So we take control of the mobile site. We scrape the whole content of the newspaper every minute. So we basically create a mirror of the newspaper on our infrastructure.
Hi, thank you for the presentation.
Thank you very much.
Could you talk a bit about why you think the smart paywall was able to multiply revenue by significantly in 2019?
Sorry.
The smart paywall, like why you guys think that's going to drive
The thing is that most of the paywalls are charging just by the consume. We are learning from the user behavior, understanding which are the articles that the user want to read, and the engagement generated by each article. With that, you can mix specifically what kind of articles you can charge for, because most of the content is everywhere, but there's some articles that every single newspaper has that the people is looking for and can be charged for.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How are you guys doing? Everything good? P? Woo! That's great to hear. Okay, so the next company coming to pitch is very, very, very dear to my heart. Seriously, they make my life so much simpler. I think everybody should become a guilty babe. You know why? Because this morning I got to sleep in a little longer because thanks to this company, I knew exactly what I was gonna wear today. So please listen to Suhaili and become a guilty babe.
Time for the ladies. Hello everyone, my name is Suhaili Sepulveda and I'm the co-founder of Guilty. I have nothing to wear. This is the struggle of women everywhere. And the funny thing, we always say this while in front of our closets full of items that we don't wear anymore, that don't fit anymore, or simply that we don't want to repeat anymore. So, what do? We go to stores and buy an average of 65 items per year that we just use once or twice before discarding them. And then we are exactly at the same point. I have nothing to wear. So at Guilty, we have been thinking about this. And what if we could design a service in which we could still gain access to variety without the need of buying? And that's why we created Guilty, Puerto Rico's first and only subscription for clothing rentals. And how does it work? You go to lookguilty.com and create your virtual closet, which means that you select your favorite styles from our growing catalog of 600 items. Each month, we'll send your favorite items to you that you can wear to go to work, for the weekend, or for whatever you want. And once worn, you get to decide whether you want to keep them or return them in order to receive more. So this means that for only $49 per month, you'll have access to 8 styles or looks with dry cleaning, deliveries, and insurance included, and you can cancel anytime. Guilty was launched like a year ago, and during the 7 months we've been working with Parallel18, we've been able to increase our subscriber base from 90 to 360, which is a 4x increase. And while growing 18% per month. Also, we've derived 150,000 in revenue, of which 18,000 were during November. But we are very proud to say that our customers love us. And we are retaining 97% of them month over month. And why they love Guilty? Because they don't have to worry anymore about what to wear, because they are cutting down the unnecessary purchases, and because they're even trying new styles out of their comfort zone. But most of all, it's that feeling of wearing something new and how they feel wonderful, empowered, confident every time they do so. And this is what drives our team, which is composed of people with background in marketing, market research, software development, operations, and law. But this is just the beginning for us. We believe that in a 1.2 billion market, the women sales apparel in Puerto Rico is set to reach 1.2 billion this year. And we believe we can scale further and faster in Puerto Rico during the next 12 months and continue disrupting how women think about their closets. So that's why we are raising $250,000 in capital today to keep improving our product, to keep doing our expansion in Puerto Rico, and maybe by the end of next year, launch Guilty in our first Latin America city. So we invite all of you to visit our pop-up store located at Lote 23 so you can get to know our service and subscribe to Guilty so you'll always have something new to wear. Thank you.
Great presentation. How do you think about the catalog? Because fashion can be very fatty, right? So are you bringing on independent designers and maybe our local community, or just elaborate a little bit more on that?
Yes. Right now we are figuring out a lot of things in our market, but we are continually changing our catalog, and we're trying to serve the needs of young working women that need to dress a lot during the week but don't have the time to do so. So think about business casual attire and things that young professional women need on a daily basis.
So for me, the big issue would be to ensure the quality of because these are used clothes. So how do you make sure the quality in the sense of you're really having that experience of having something new?
You mean the quality and the impression we give our customers in terms of that you are renting clothes, right? For us, that's very important. We try to send the clothes as neat as possible, as if they were new. And that's something that we have to, fight with. But we are trying to. If I wouldn't wear it, I don't think anyone should. So that's this kind of the standard that we are looking for.
Thank you.
A beautiful survey in minutes and with great completion? Yes, please. Here's Survey Kiwi to tell us how.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. My name is Ramiro Durini, and I'm co-founder and CEO of Survey Kiwi. Believe it or not, today, 2018, and most of the surveys on the market still look like this. Traditional online survey companies continue doing products that are non-engaging, that still look like from the 90s, and worst of all, with terrible mobile experience. But this is not the biggest issue. Online surveys have an average completion rate of 15%. And that is the real problem. Imagine all the work it takes finding the perfect customers and being only able to generate 15% of their feedback. So that's why we developed Survey Kiwi. Survey Kiwi is a platform that lets you build beautiful and professionally designed mobile-ready surveys in just a couple of minutes. In just a few steps, you can have it running and gathering feedback. But as we like to say, we not only build beautiful forms. Our surveys have an average completion rate of 83%, and that number is huge. 83% means more data, happier customers, and more sales. But how do we do this? We focus on three main characteristics. Mobile. Nowadays, more than 70% of surveys are being opened on smartphones. That's why we offer the best experience on mobile devices. And this not only means on how they look, but the whole experience of completing a survey. Customization. With traditional survey softwares, every survey and every form looks exactly the same. A startup survey, a bank survey, or even a restaurant survey. But with Survey Kiwi, every form is unique. You can upload your own images, logos, typographies, colors, or even choose from our integrations inside the platform, making every survey unique and different from each other. And third, dynamic. Not only GIFs and videos make our surveys alive, but also our surveys change depending on what users answer. For example, we can ask the name to a person in the first question, and afterwards use this response to completely personalize the experience. These are some of the companies who have been using our product, and we have 3 partners who sell Survey Kiwi to other companies, including the biggest internet provider in Argentina. And in Puerto Rico, we have been working with these companies, and we expect to double this number in the next couple of months. We have more than 2,500 accounts created and 700 paying customers. Most of our paying customers come from our partners. We have a pretty simple revenue model. Survey Kiwi is based on a monthly subscription model, that the only thing that changes is the amount of responses a user can get. And we have a different plan for big companies and agencies. This is the team. We have been working together for more than 6 years, where we developed a digital agency in the past, and our operations team is in Argentina, would make it easier to scale due to the low costs that we have in there that are 3 times cheaper than in Puerto Rico. We are currently looking for a business partner who wants to join us and sell Survey Kiwi, mainly to grow in Puerto Rico and in the Caribbean. And we are currently raising a seed round of $300,000, mainly for marketing and sales to accelerate our growth. And as we know, we can help many of the companies that are here today. We want to offer 1 month for free for anyone here, that to redeem it, you only need to follow and use this code, or you can just talk to me, and we will be happy to help you make better and more accurate decisions. Thank you.
Thank you for that presentation. Are your surveys mobile native in terms of iOS and Android, or are they hosted within that in web forms?
It's not an app. It's based on the web. So mainly to focus on everyone can use our product, and you don't need to download an app. It's only creating a subdomain, and you can run in minutes.
Right. And for the individual companies that are implementing these surveys for your back-end tool, you know, what is the flexibility to go in and modify and create, stop a survey, relaunch something new, you know, halfway through if they're noticing something wrong with the content in the process?
Great question. It's actually, maybe you see the platform and it seems that it's much harder than to create a traditional survey, but actually we focus on creating the same simplicity on the front end to the users that answer, to the people that work every day with our platform. Thank you.
Thank you.
What's up? Outflex is innovating the B2B logistics system. Let's hear it for this local team. Outflex.
Vamos, Outflex.
Hello everyone, my name is Adrian Figueroa, co-founder of Outflex, and we are here to transform how businesses deliver. The rise of e-commerce and the on-demand industry has enabled the companies to expand, but most of them don't have the resources to do it. No matter how small or big the company is, they don't have the ability to really expand that way. For example, one of our clients was struggling to deliver the all-in-one deliveries, and after they joined us, their cost went down by 22%, while being able to deliver 30% more deliveries or locations in the same route. So then again, why us? We are proud to say that we are the biggest cargo transportation network in Puerto Rico, with more than 2,000 pre-screened active and in-process drivers, while all of them being able to required to complete an in-depth training. And since we understand customers' peculiar needs, all of them are SOP ready. We offer single and multiple drop-off options and the ability to track the driver by every party involved. And this means salespeople, clients, merchandisers, every end user involved, and us. All these services benefit the clients because they don't have to, or they can eliminate overheads. Also, they can expand, and they pay for what they use. Our process is very simple. First, you select the pickup location, the drop-off location, and the type of vehicle. Then the driver picks up the cargo and proceeds to deliver, while all of you being able to track their every move and contact them anytime. And finally, the delivery of the confirmation gets to you while the order is basically finished. All of our clients we are working right now vary in a range of hardware stores, distributors, groceries, manufacturers, energy, and retail. Our team consists of two co-founders, Pia Gomez and me, with experience in logistics and business management, and a team with the support in sales, operations, and recruiting. Our journey began in 2017, now with an up-to-date revenue of $102K, and a potential revenue in Puerto Rico of $2.1 million per month, with just our current clients. We will continue to grow in Puerto Rico with a potential of $20 million a month, and to do that, we will need software upgrades to enhance or improve usability and performance, and also grow our sales and operations team. Also, we are looking to expand to the US, specifically Florida, at the end of 2019. So if you're an investor, we're looking to raise $400K by the end of February or March. And also, if you own or know of a company who delivers and wants to grow, feel free to contact us. We are Outflex. Let's work together and transform how businesses deliver.
Thanks for this great presentation. Are there other similar services that focus on the pickup truck and van market in the U.S. already, or would you guys be entering an open market?
Well, in Puerto Rico, there isn't. In the States, I know of a company that does pickups and vans, but they're mostly focused on end users, customers, but not focused on B2B.
Thank you.
businesses and customers to engage in productive conversations. I leave you with Bossy.
Hello, I'm Humberto Pertú, CEO of Bossy. Yes, our focus is the voice. In Bossy, we combine voice technology, artificial intelligence, and human understanding to automate conversation with customers. It's probably you know this. Today, the 50% of all customer service calls are not being solved in the first contact. This shows that customers are having bad experience because they need to call 2 or more times to resolve a problem. But at the same time, companies are making a huge effort and are spending 1.3 trillion every year only in customer service calls. This means that the work companies are making to give a good service is not effective. And we heard so much about digital transformation and how AI is changing industries. And yes, it's happening, and the voice is not the exception. Today, people are speaking more and more with voice assistants like a Siri, Alexa, Google Assistant, Cortana, and others. And to have an idea, only in Google, in 2 years, the 50% of all global search will be by voice. If for that, we build Lily. Lily is a voice assistant that can speak with customers similar to a human, and all the conversations are connected with back office application. It works for inbound, outbound calls, and digital channels. Here is a demo. No, there is a problem. Well, this is a conversation with a customer in Spanish, but Lily can speak in different languages, English, Japanese, French. There is a problem with the sound. Okay, sorry. Okay, that's Lily. We are working use case like debt collection, appointments, lead qualification with corporate companies in different countries like Argentina, Colombia, Mexico, and of course, Puerto Rico. Our numbers, more than 200 small business customers, 5 corporate customers using Lily, and more than 100K in revenue during Parallel18 program. We are a team with more than 5 years of experience. Octavio Razo is a Scrum Master certified engineer. Ricardo is the CTO, an AI and IoT specialist. And I was leading telco and IT projects in Telefónica Móvil Éxito. Our ask is 500K, and we are going to use the fund to hire a sales team in Colombia, Mexico, and Puerto Rico, a ML lead, and 2 full-stack engineers. If you want to be part of the voice, of the future of the voice, come speak with us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and congrats on the progress. Can you talk a little bit about how much of your AI technology is proprietary and how much you're using is off the shelf from either an IBM Watson or, I want to get a sense of how much of this is in-house organic technology you've developed.
Yes, it's different. We are a SaaS company, And Watson is a tool that companies can use to build their own products. In our case, we give all the solutions to the companies.
So just to follow up, so I'm clear, the translation service that you're using, you know, that AI layer, is that code that you've developed, or is that technology from a third party?
Yeah, we are developing our own technology, and also we are using some tools to give the best product at this moment, but we are developing our own product.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Developed by Puerto Rican tech talent, this startup is solving a big issue for public relations crisis management. Welcome, Monito Media.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Oscar Cullen, co-founder of Monito Media. Every day in Puerto Rico, over 7 million words are said on radio news programs. If you're working with the government or managing a large private brand, it's very important for you to know which one of those millions of words is going to affect your organization or the work you're doing. Nonetheless, it will be a complete waste of your time to simply sit through hours of mostly irrelevant content just in case one of the issues important to you gets mentioned. On the flip side, if you completely ignore it or miss a story, you could end up with a PR crisis that could have easily been avoided. This is why organizations usually resort to hiring an in-house team or an outside agency whose job it is to literally sit in front of a computer all day, listening or watching hours of news and alerting the relevant stakeholders if one of their issues gets discussed. They usually spend between 5 to 8 hours per employee per day on this. And as you can imagine, it's slow, inefficient, and extremely expensive. We believe there's a better way for organizations to stay on top of the issues that matter to them. This is why we built Monito Media, a software for public relations professionals that immediately notifies them whenever one of their issues gets discussed on the radio, TV, or digital and print news outlets. We leverage speech-to-text technology to sift through hours of content and only surface the relevant stories to our customers. We do this by offering 3 key features: immediate email alerts that notify them as soon as one of the keywords that's important to them gets discussed, access to archives that lets our clients sift through content from weeks or even months in the past in case they want to revisit an interview or a particular news segment. And we'll soon be releasing reporting analytics tools that lets our customers answer questions such as, how often was my brand versus my competition discussed in the last few weeks or last few months? And while these features are already providing value, our vision goes way beyond simply letting our customers know, hey, they're talking about you in this particular radio program. It's giving them that notification, letting them know how that same story is being discussed online, and finally, letting them know what to do about it before they end up on the front page. With these features and this vision, we were able to close our first 4 enterprise-level customers at an average price point of $2,000 per month. But we quickly realized there was a need in the market for a more accessible price plan for those independent PR agencies that may not need all the same features as these large organizations, which is why we recently released our small business pricing at $4.99 per month to service the needs of this particular customer segment. Now, an innovative product at the right price is nothing without the right team behind it to push it forward. And with over 20 years of combined experience in the media and technology space, both on the business and engineering side, that's exactly what we've put together. As you can see, our team has been busy in 2018, but we're always thinking about growth, which is why we're looking for partnerships with PR agencies that have a presence throughout Latin America to help us explore licensing and reseller models to be able to reach even more customers. So if you're interested in learning more, want to get involved, send us a note and help us help our customers stay ahead of their stories. Thank you.
Thanks for the presentation. My question is, have you ran into any intellectual property issues from the the broadcasters that you're transcribing their broadcasts?
Copyright specifically?
Yeah.
No. We've been in discussions with the broadcasters locally, and it has not been an issue.
Can you talk about how you compare with some free tools like Google Trends or Google Alerts?
Yes. First off, we cover broadcast media, which things like Google Alerts or Trends does not cover. And on the digital side, then, Google Alerts does not particularly focus on local outlets, so we're able to give those alerts much faster than just subscribing to a service like that.
How many customers do you have in the small business, small PR agencies?
None so far. We just released that plan last week, so after the holidays, we'll be picking up sales in that particular pricing model.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
Shopkeepers and convenience stores in Puerto Rico and Latin America now can streamline their purchase process with Pedidos. The stage is yours, Nico.
Cool. Hola. Bueno, good morning, everybody. Thank you for having me. My name is Nicolás Castillo. I am co-founder and chief commercial officer here at Pedidos. We make it easier for convenience stores to order everything they need in a one-stop shop. So I'm from Colombia. I don't know if you guys have been there, but it's a place where there's over 400,000 shops all over the nation. Small convenience shops, or tiendas de barrio, where represent over 51% of all the retail sales in the country. In average, they have 84 suppliers. And out of these 84 suppliers, they get visited every single month at least 6 times. And out of these 6 visits, only 50% of the visits are actually successful orders. And out of these 50% of the orders, 3 of them, the 3 orders, 17% actually get returned. So this is not only a huge loss of time that's happening in the country, but it's also resulting over $720 million a year of loss. This is just in Colombia. And that's exactly where we're coming into the picture. With Pedidos, what we're doing is transforming this fragmented channel into the digital experience, allowing convenience stores to order everything they need from all of their suppliers, and suppliers to receive everything they order in a single place. And I talk about suppliers because these are our customers themselves. They come in all shapes and sizes, such as, for example, Toretto's Carnes. It's a small family-owned business shop. They're a butchery shop. They have around 20 clients. They wanted a desktop experience, so we developed that for them. Or Nutresa, for example, Colombia's largest consumer packaged good industry. They represent 1 out of every 3 products that you can find in a convenience store. So they wanted a mobile app. We developed that for them as well. And all of the orders streamlined to SAP, the software that they use. Or Coca-Cola, our latest customer, they wanted a button. So with just a click of a button, they can order and restock completely whatever they need for their inventory. But we're not only about the interface, of course, user experience, interface, it's all very beautiful and whatever. But what we're actually very interested in is actually customizing and be able to be flexible with the business aspect. So if they have different price lists depending on their customers or depending on the region or even on their sales reps, we can do that for them. And in order for us to actually scale and get our customers to know us, we scale with our customers. So our customers would only pay with new clients that we bring to them. And talking about scaling, thanks to one of our partners, we'll be scaling to over 200,000 shops starting January 2019 with Infocomercio, one of our partners and an investor as well. One of our customers not only loved our product, but wanted us to actually collaboratively build upon a new POS system, which will also be scaling with them as well next year, arriving to over 5,000 shops, starting with 500 shops. We think this is very cool. It's literally revolutionizing the way we're going to start getting into shops around Latin America. But not only do we think it's cool, but Computer World actually prized us with the best tech solution in 2018, 2 weeks ago. And we are nominated for Best LATAM. Woo! Woo! Best LATAM solution for 2018 as well. So we're very happy with what we're doing, and we're here because we want you guys to come aboard. So if you're a supplier and you want to better off your services, or perhaps a partner that would like to represent us or expand our solution nearby, or perhaps an investor looking to invest $200,000 in us, come talk to me. My name is Nicolás Castillo. We're the guys in the blue shirts. It's Pedidos with 2 eyes, because Pedidos with 1 eye was taken. Thank you.
Can you talk to me a little bit about your sales strategy and how, from initial contact with a client or customer and closing that both on the, distributor side as well as the stores?
Yes, of course. So at first we started talking to the shops, be it a business to business to business. We started talking to the shops, but this was very expensive. So the way we're actually scaling is we are leveraging on the sales force of our customers. So we go right now with Nutresa, the company I was talking to you about, which has 1 out of every 3 products, and they help us arrive to their clients, and their customers help us to get to the next customers. I'm not sure if that answered.
That does it. And just to follow up to that, and what are you seeing as a typical time of close for a contract from initial point of contact to closing?
Okay. It usually takes around 6 months to fully close a CPG company.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah? Perfect.
Deb Media is also focused in helping businesses optimize and measure their operations. Let's hear how they do it. Gustavo?
Good morning, everyone. This is Gustavo Lauria. I'm co-founder and CMO of Deb Media. A couple of weeks ago, a good friend of mine back home in Argentina, he needed to go to the bank. He's after a home loan, and he decided to go to Itaú Bank, which is the second largest bank in Latin America. As soon as he walked in, he was welcomed by an interactive kiosk where he got his waiting ticket. On the ticket itself, there was a personalized offer just for him, based on his customer profile. He then moved to the next room, and the screens seemed to be talking to him. Everything was integrated. They were showing relevant products and services. And a couple of minutes later, he's put in contact with the right Itaú representative that wasn't only a home loan expert, but he was also up to date with my friend's preferences, and he was able to give him the best customer service. Unfortunately, not all companies provide this level of customer service, and here's a fact: almost 9 out of 10 people have stopped consuming a product or a service after a bad customer experience. And Itaú was aware of this, and that is why they started using Deb Media. Deb Media is a customer experience management platform that centralizes different interaction channels to help companies provide top-class customer experience, track every interactions, and be able to influence in each of those interactions. How it works? We first integrate our system to the customer CRM to pull data from it. We set up every possible customer journey. It can start online and then go offline, or vice versa. Every touch point will be tracked and personalized, and companies can monitor and have deep analytics about what's going on in their customer experience. Actually, everything that you can do on Google Analytics for a website, you can do it using Deb Media's platform for your branches. We charge a flat fee per user plus add-on features and add-on services, and we sell both directly and through business partners. Our tickets go from $50K to $250K. In only 3 years, we've bootstrapped the company from $0 to $3.5 million in annual revenue. And this is not only for banks, it is actually for every company that needs to manage their customer experience in the brick and mortar. We have companies using our platform in different industries, such as telcos, insurance companies, service providers, healthcare, government, retail. We have more than 55 enterprise customers through which we impact in the experience of almost 6 million people. Here in Puerto Rico, we've closed 4 demos, 2 partnerships for sales and operations. We validated our expansion strategy, and we are forecasting $200K in revenue for next year. The customer experience market is very hot at the moment. It's growing very fast. It is worth $7 billion right now, and it's expected to grow 3 times in the next 4 years. Our team has been growing quite a bit as well. We are 40 people in the team at the moment. We are convinced that we are changing the way that companies interact with people. We have a headquarters in Argentina with also operations in Chile and Puerto Rico, and now we are raising $1 million to expand our business
to Mexico and Colombia. Join the media to help companies provide better customer experience and make people use their time better. Thank you.
On the revenue model, how much of this, is it a range of 50 to 250K? Can you walk through a little bit in terms of how much of that is SaaS revenue, how much of that is custom, and what is the typical breakdown for your clients?
Sure. I'll say that approximately 70% of the ticket is from licenses, and the rest is add-on modules or integrations. That will be the services that I mentioned.
Thank you for the presentation. Can you talk a little bit about how long the sales cycle is and how long the integration usually takes?
Sure. It depends on the industry and the size of the company, but it takes about between 4 and 8 weeks, although sometimes it can take larger because of budget issue and stuff like that, because we have large enterprises as customers. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
So as a newlywed, I can tell you, and I can totally relate with this next startup, they truly personalize your wedding. Wedding branding. Let's give it up for Lilyweds.
Hi, I'm Leanne, and me and my husband created Lilyweds, a company that is specialized in making your wedding day look just as it feels, as special as it feels. Most of you in the audience can probably relate to these two pictures in the back because we've either gone to a wedding or received an invitation that looks just like that. That's a classic, traditional, all-white wedding. There's nothing new about it or original, and that kind of wedding pairs up well, or let's say deserves, that kind of invitation. It's traditional. There's nothing new, right? It's kind of boring. But when we think about the generation that is getting married now, millennials, they're nothing close to boring or traditional. Millennials love differentiation. So if you've recently been to a 2018 wedding of a millennial, you've probably experienced one of these themes: industrial chic, bohemian vintage, or even Wonderland. And these kinds of weddings deserve the kind of invitations that we create at Lilyweds. We know that your wedding day should feel you, so we offer fun, modern, and customizable designs. We offer customization or personalization through drawings, changes in language, changes in fonts, or colors, because even if you end up choosing a design that is Lilyweds, you get to make it your own. We also offer a variety of products, because when you want to brand an event, you want every detail to match. Before Lilyweds came along, most couples couldn't find that one-stop shop where they could purchase all their stationery and signage needs. So they ended up going to different places, maybe getting some stuff on Etsy, other stuff on eBay, other stuff at local shops, and poof, they created a Frankenstein. Let's call it a Franken wedding. It's a wedding full of stationery and signage that doesn't go well together. So our variety of products helps you avoid that because you have every detail branded. Unless, of course, you do want to make a Frankenstein-themed wedding, and then we can totally help you out. Let's talk a little bit more about the industry. So we belong to the wedding industry. It's a huge $300 billion industry. Stationery alone is $15 billion. So as you can imagine, we have competition, but our differentiation through our variety of products and the fact that we can customize has made us the first wedding design agency in Puerto Rico, specialized in branding your wedding. That differentiation has allowed us to grow significantly, 9 times just this year, from 4 weddings a month to 44 weddings in November. We have sold outside of Puerto Rico. We have also sold to the US, to Spain, and to Dominican Republic. And we have been able to grow our team. This is something I'm really proud of. We went from being just us 2 to a team of 4, so we doubled, focusing on graphic design and customer service. For 2019, we plan to reach 100 weddings a month. We plan to continue increasing sales outside of Puerto Rico and to grow our team in order to be able to scale faster. So remember, if you are getting married or you know anybody that is, Remember, your wedding should be different, it should be you, and you should choose Lilyweds.
Who do you sell to? The newlyweds, or do you sell to the planners, the wedding planners, or?
So we have various customers because we have a variety of products. We sell to the couples that are getting married. That's our main customer, but we also sell to wedding coordinators and decorators that are looking for that last minute things that they want to include in the reception.
Do you have plans to scale outside of printed goods?
Actually, yes. So we've been introducing lately digital. A lot of our brides like to do save the dates digital first, and then the printed design, because there's a sentimentalism for paper, right? So they like that as more formal, but we are definitely introducing that, and we're planning on doing collaborations with companies that are dedicated to that.
Thank you.
So we are halfway through. Woo! Okay. 14 more startups to go. So let's try this one more time. Bettina? All right. Awesome. Okay. So who here is a sports fan? Woo! All right. This next startup adds an extra layer of fun to the sports watching experience. Let's hear it up for Golazos.
Woo! Ole, 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 ole. Hi, my name is Antonio. I'm the founder of Golazos. Golazos has grown 1,200% in just 5 months because we love fans. And, you know, I was in this game between Real Madrid and Barcelona. You know, all these fans crazy for their teams, cheering. 90% of them playing with their phones, communicating with their friends about the game. And you see a lot of brands trying to communicate with their with fans. And the game starts, and then Ronaldo takes the ball, and then goal! Everybody cheering up. And then he does like this. He takes, wow, and the crowd gets crazy. And but then he gets the red card, man. And at that point, I said, wouldn't it be fun to have a product for sports fans? Welcome to Golazos, the gamification platform for sports fans that's easy, social, and fun. In Golazos, fans predict the outcome of games like the score, or if Ronaldo's going to take his shirt after a goal. Players play with points, not money. They socialize with their friends the experience of the games and the predictions, and they participate in fun competitions and tournaments where they win prizes and recognition. In Puerto Rico, in this experience, we have grown tremendously from 5,000 active users to 60,000 active users, 1,200% growth. And there are other players in the market like DraftKings, FanDuel, bwin, which are focused really on the hardcore fans and gamblers. We're really focused on the mass market with a product that's really free, easy, and fast. It's incredible. 76% of all monetization and engagement come from entertainment and game-like apps. And 60% of the fans that register in Golazos are with us 30 days later. This is 17% higher than the industry average. And, so we have launched the product in Puerto Rico, and we have a partnership with Hershey's going on for Latin America. And I'm glad to announce today that we're going with Bean Sports in partnership to launch in the US, which is great. They are owners of La Liga. And additionally, our model is that we partner with brands to sell them sponsorship. And as we sell sponsorship, we do this through the media companies and through agencies. And you see all these shirt stamps with logos. Well, those are the logos that we go after in our model. This is our team. I'm Antonio Failache. I have 15 years of experience working in corporate companies and startups. And our team has mostly product and technical talent, and we want to strengthen the team right now. We're raising $1 million round to scale our business. 50% of that is committed.
So we invite you, for the investors, to consider this opportunity. And what's our plan? Very straightforward. 500,000 active users, 10 brands sponsoring Golazos, 100K in revenue per brand, and $1 million in revenue in total. 4 media partners and 4 agencies. Come and talk to us if you are a media company, if you're an agency, if you're a brand, if you're an investor. Come to talk to me after this event. And, well, I'm Antonio Failache. I'm the founder of Golazos. We love fans, and thank you very much, Puerto Rico.
Thank you very much for the presentation. Question for you in terms of, your brand, you're creating, your own, direct-to-consumer brand, you're working with large media companies, with large leagues. How do you, balance promoting your brand, but also the demands of your media partners that you're working with?
Great question. It's incredible. Some of the brands, for example, RCN in Colombia and Futbolete, have agreed to work with our brand, okay? And we do powered by RCN or powered by Futbolete, which is fantastic because what happens is that these media companies drive this tremendous traffic, and they're sending us this tremendous traffic to us at zero cost. So we're investing very little in advertising. So the brands, most of the brands we're talking to, they agree to have the Golazos brand. Okay, we have not encountered yet a case. Maybe some media companies will say we want our own white label. We will consider it because they pay good money, but our preference is to go with our brand.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, let's talk about food. Yeah. This next startup is Parallel18's office manager favorite company. When you hear the pitch, you'll understand why. Welcome, Samara from Banquetealo.
Hello, everybody. My name is Samara, and I am the founder and CEO of Banquetealo, where we are transforming the way companies order catering. So come on, who doesn't love free food in their office? Everybody loves free food. Look at those faces, really happy faces. But it's not always the same for everybody. For example, this is my twin sister. Yep, that's not me if you were wondering. So she used to work as an event coordinator, and she told me the struggle that she faced looking for a variety of caterings for her office. So back and forth emails, and the payment process was a nightmare. In the other hand, yep, that's me. I used to work in my family restaurant where we used to receive several catering orders from clients that wanted catering for their events. But the truth is that being a restaurant owner, you already have a lot of things in your plate. So sometimes, sadly, we have to say no to those orders. So we have lack of time. Also, we started seeing both sides of the problem, my twin sister and I. And we decided, hey, we can do this better. That's how Banquetealo was born. Banquetealo is the first digital platform in Puerto Rico where we connect local caterers that provide quality catering food with companies that are looking for this catering service. So with Banquetealo, you just have to submit your order, choose the options that we offer you, and pay online, all in the same place. Our business model is simple. We charge the restaurant 15% of the total of the order, and we have a service fee for our clients of $15. Our ticket average is $500. So we are really proud to say that since August 2018, our providers have generated through our platform $60,000 in sales. So we're really happy for that. Come on. Also, we have created a network of more than 45 caterers, experts in this industry that provide a variety of food. This is an example of one of our caterers. We feel really happy that she had told us how happy she is using Banquetealo and how she even had to hire a new employee so she can keep up with the capacity. These are some of our reviews. Our customers love us. So I'm extremely proud to say that we are running on woman power. So come on, this is our team. We have experience in the food industry, in marketing, event coordination, publicity, and all the things we had to manage. So we're gonna keep moving forward. We are developing our technology. Also, we're gonna keep focusing, growing our market here in Puerto Rico, and then expand to Latin America. So we have good news. Using the code Demo Day, you can get our free service fee in your first order. Please recommend our service to other companies, and thank you.
Hi, thank you for the presentation. How are the caterers and the businesses finding you?
So right now we are selecting our caterers. We look their reviews. Also, we sometimes taste and for recommendations because we want it to be of good quality because our main focus right now is with companies. So yeah, we select them.
In a marketplace, what mitigates a caterer going off the platform and like developing a relationship? Maybe they have a relationship with a few folks, the clients. How do you mitigate that?
So right now, we don't have like a contract of exclusivity with the caterers. We tell them that you should see us as a marketing budget. Like Oak restaurants have their budget for marketing. So if they receive an order through us, they decide if they want to accept it or not. But the truth is that we are creating relationships with them and showing them that they can enter new markets with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How's everybody doing? Good? P? Woo! Okay. So eating fresh, local products has never been this easy. And Produce is here to tell you why.
Good morning. My name is Cristal Diaz, and I am co-founder and partner of Produce. Produce is the first digitally led, technology-led food subscription that allow us to connect local producers with consumers. Check out what we do every week. Every Monday, local producers and farmers receive a call from Produce to check out what they will have available this week. These allow us to bring the freshest local produce within 48 hours of harvesting directly to your door every week, leveraging on the optimization of routings and delivery, with technology designed by our Puerto Rico's leading tech developers. In Puerto Rico, we import 85% of everything is consumed. And the total consumption of food and beverage is $8.5 billion. Take out your calculator and check how much is 85% of that. That's $7.2 billion. Imagine what we could do if just 1% can be changed to locally sourced produce. That would mean $72 million going straight to the pocket of local producers and farmers. Produce works as a subscription box full of 15 to 20 pounds of locally fresh food, and you can choose to receive it in a weekly or bi-weekly basis. As of today, after 2 months of launching Produce Home Box, we have bought and delivered 8,200 pounds of locally sourced food. So this is possible. We have, thank you. We have 107 subscribers and going up with a weekly growth rate of 14%. And the opportunity is huge. as the households in Puerto Rico are 1.2 million and 74% prefer to buy local produce. There are other ways to find local produce as well, but Produce is the easiest and the most convenient. We are one great team that share the love from food. Among Cinco Sentidos Culinary Group, Francisco Tirado and myself, we share many years of experience in marketing, gastronomy, programming, technology, and the reconnection of producers and consumers. We are raising a seed round of $200K in order to improve our operations, increase our customer acquisition, and grow our team. We also want to start having conversations with our producers about future purchasing agreements. If you're an individual that would like to receive local fresh food, I invite you to point your camera to this QR code or go to producehomebox.com and subscribe. In Produce, we believe that the social and economic development of our local producers is possible, that the money can go straight to their pockets, that we can decrease our import, and that we can eat all better food. Invest in local produce with Produce.
How much do you make from those $50?
Sorry?
How much do you make from those $50? Which is your margin?
How much, sorry?
How much do you make from the $50?
Sorry, it's a 100%, a 50%, sorry, margin.
And how do you guarantee the supply of the products? Because sometimes it's hard to make these deals with the farmers.
Well, we have been building this relationship for the past 2 years. We personally visit these farms, and this is not only veggies and fruits. This also includes bread, cheese, local eggs. So we have a relationship with these farmers, and if they don't have something, the power is in the whole system. If you don't have something, I have another small farmer that has it. And the thing is that this subscription by now is a surprise box. So we can manage if we don't find something, then we can find something else that is of value to our subscribers. And the reviews are amazing till now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Throughout my 5 generations of international startups, I've seen how hard it can be to hire a rockstar sales team. Well, that's exactly the pain this next startup is solving. Let's hear it for Listo Pro.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for having me here this morning. My name is Enrique, co-founder and head of talent recruitment of Listo Pro, and I'm here to tell you how we are changing the way companies hire the best talent. Finding the right candidate is a nightmare. Sometimes companies have to pay upfront without guaranteed quality, or even worse, the process could take more than 8 weeks to find the right one. Listo Pro gives access to companies to certified candidates, so they can hire them just in a few days instead of several weeks. We started with sales positions because this has a direct impact on the business world. So companies hire them faster, and also these positions has the fastest growing on the market. How do we do it? Well, we digitalize the traditional agency model so our clients can request workers on our platform. We match the candidates with the job criteria, and we show them to the clients. And we validate all the candidates using artificial intelligence. The candidates has to apply different online tests and interviews with the recruiting team. In addition, the candidates has to fill a training about the company they're applying for, and finally, they can schedule an interview with the company through our platform. Our monetization strategy is simple. We charge one success fee per candidate hired, and this success fee is equal to 1 month's salary of the candidate. So far, we have placed more than 650 candidates since we launched in April 2017, and we have generated more than 330K just in commission. Top companies like Uber, PayPal, and Amazon are working with us in Mexico, and since Parallel18, also in Puerto Rico. 40% of our clients were previously candidates in Listo Pro. How does this happen? Well, the candidates like our process, then they become managers in other companies, and when they have to build their team, they do it through us. The global recruiting market, it's around 60 billion just in Latin America. And online recruiting, it's amongst the fast growing. There's a huge opportunity because of the lack of innovation. Recruiting services in Latin America, like traditional agencies or web portals, either charge too much or are too expensive, or takes too much time to find the right candidate. We are building a large and profitable business. We bootstrapped to 100 paying clients. We have more than 8,000 users in our platform, and we spend 80 cents per user registered versus 600 that we earn per candidate hired. We are a great team. We have experience scaling digital companies in Latin America, and also we have hired over 1,000 candidates in companies like Rocket Internet, Groupon, Cabify. Right now, we are looking to scale sales 3x in 6 months. We are raising around 300K to spend 70% in marketing, sales to get more candidates and customers, and 30% to build our tech team. This is our QR code, so you can scan it and reach us via email. Also, we look forward to have a chat with you after the talk. And just a quick reminder, we are Listo Pro, and we are ready to work with you. Thank you.
Hi, great presentation. How long does it take you to bring on a client and onboard them?
To bring on a client, well,
Yeah, like the sales cycle to partner with them.
okay. So the candidates know the process. So we just have to check the profile they are looking for. And since we're focused on sales, it's really quick. It could take less than 2 days just to onboard them because they know already the platform.
Just to clarify my question, from the Uber, like to get an Uber on board, for them to come on board in the Amazon.
Okay. The candidates that has worked with us previously were hired by them, by Uber or Amazon. So when we present our service, it's just about a week or less than a week.
Thank you for the presentation. On average, for your clients, how many candidates they interview before they close a hire?
How many candidates?
How many candidates they end up interviewing before they decide to go with the hire?
I'm really sorry.
Oh, no. How many candidates do they interview for an open job rec before they make the hire?
Okay. We present them, traditional agencies or traditional models to present 3 candidates. We present them all the candidates that are validated, around 5 and 10. So they can choose the best 3 or best 5, and then we advance with the process. If the interviews, they don't like it, we present another 5. And they can hire in less than a week also.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So just a quick reminder, put your cell phones in vibrate, smartphones in vibrate, theaters and also in courtrooms. So lawyers can attain to that. Lawyers in the audience will sympathize with this next startup. Please welcome Nodex.
How's everybody doing? Having fun? My name is Adrian. I'm the founder of Nodex, and I'm very happy to present to you the platform we've been working on. Everybody can agree with me saying that becoming a lawyer is hard. But I want to add the fact that in Puerto Rico it's even harder. Puerto Rico has the lowest passing rate of the bar exam in the United States. It's actually less than half of Mississippi, which came in last. So 2 things you can take out of that. Number 1, the bar exam in Puerto Rico is very hard. And number 2, if you're going to take the bar exam elsewhere, don't go to Mississippi. It's bad. Don't go to Mississippi. So we launched the first fully online tech platform for the bar exam, making it accessible from your mobile device we made it more interactive and practical materials more than any other bar exam in Puerto Rico, and we made it cheaper than anybody else. Basically, we also offered for the first time ever the audio format so people can study while at the gym, in traffic, and all that stuff. Once you buy the license, you pay $400, you have access for 4 to 5 months. When you take the bar exam, congrats, you passed. Bravo. What happens now? So now what? The Nodex team had a revelation. We noticed that legal content wasn't accessible. It was not updated. It was time consuming. It was ridiculously expensive. So we decided to do something about it. We present to you the first and only online legal library in Puerto Rico equipped with all the functionalities students need, highlight, comment, scribble, in order for them to enjoy their studies even more. It's even cheaper than everything out there. And we also made it in audio. So the blind community can also share and take advantage of this knowledge. Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, so it's pay where you go. You only pay for what you need. Prices are from 99 cents to $2.99. And we add around 35 to 50 content monthly, which is incredible. So basically the market, we were wrong. So the market, we thought it was only for lawyers. It was only for law students, but we were wrong. 4 of our first 10 customers were accountants, engineers, and business administrators. So it gave us a huge, huge opportunity there. As you can basically see the size, how it grows astronomically when you take the little island of Puerto Rico and replicate it to the United States and Latin America. So far, we have 400 plus paid clients, and that equals to $85K in revenue in just 7 months. Yeah. We are very, very, very excited to announce a partnership with La Interamericana in Puerto Rico, and we've been working with Ravel and Ravel, a company acquired by LexisNexis, to make legal research more accessible to everybody. As you can already figure out, Nodex is the most complete platform in the market. It offers every single detail you need in order to exceed all the expectations in law school and while in your professional career. The Nodex team, it's incredible, and we count with over 14 content editors and 120 collaborators. Coming soon, we'll be featuring law school materials while you're studying in law school. We're expanding 4 more universities, and we're incorporating other careers such as engineering, finance, and accounting. Thank you very much.
In terms of expansion, can you talk about the cost to produce this content for different either regions or subjects?
So great question. There's 2 ways of doing it.
Is there support for continuing legal education and CLE credits as well? CLEs are the continuing legal education requirements to maintain. Do you support that? Is that part of the growth plan expansion?
I think so, yeah.
Thank you.
Nodex just said lawyer. Next up, Riscall. Riscall is using wearable technology to solve big issues for both hospital staff and the patients. Give it up for Riscall.
Good morning, Puerto Rico. My name is Srinath. I am CEO and founder of Riscall. At Riscall, my mission is simple: empower nurses to save patients' lives. Let me show you how. Several years ago, I was hospitalized for a severe abdominal pain. It was 5 a.m. in the morning. In that hospital bed, I was looking for a pain medication. I pushed this call button. A nurse aide came after 30 minutes. A nurse came after 15 minutes. It took a total of 45 minutes to figure out what I want. If you look at the other hand of the call bells, nurses have no idea the reason for my call or calls from other beds. They walk up to 5 miles per day feeling physical fatigue. They bear up to 80 decibels of peak noise, which causes alarm fatigue. So there is a physical fatigue and alarm fatigue, which is what makes nurses to become insensitive, often causing delayed call bell response time, which is one of the #1 factor for patient falls, poor patient satisfaction scores, which is costing healthcare facilities up to $4 billion. Back then, I wondered, if this can happen to me, how about the elderly people who are old and then fragile? I recruited my colleagues who have deep expertise in hardware, software, business, and healthcare. Today, we are advised by subject matter experts in hospitals, nursing home, and healthcare sales executives. I'm very excited to show you Riscall Nursing Workflow Solution, a touch-sensitive, a programmable device. It's like a nurse station on a nursing staff smartwatch, which receives patient calls hands-free. This not only minimizes hospital noise, but also improves staff job satisfaction. Properly ranking patient requests at the point of care means more time at the bedside. We also have an administrative dashboard which empowers the nursing executives for operational improvements. Currently, we are offering this service with as-a-service model. Hardware with $30 per device per month, and software $10 per bed per month. So our average contract size with the hospitals looks like from $15,000 to $50,000 per year. Pricing varies based on the number of beds. Now with this price point, we see a total untapped market of $1 billion per year in USA alone and $10 billion per year globally. With a little over $500,000, we were able to generate $100,000 of revenue, secure 4 paid contracts, 1 international patent. Moving forward, I'm looking for a $1 million of seed fund, which would help me to generate $80,000 per month run rate by deploying 1,500 devices across 30 customers, and which also has a potential to generate 14 full-time employment opportunities here in Puerto Rico and also in mainland US. Our customers include nationally recognized health systems, nursing homes. Our investors include internationally recognized accelerators, venture capitalists, as well as angel investors. After joining Parallel18 through the mentor and network, I was able to work with BTC, which is Puerto Rico's nurse call system distributor, which covers 50% of the Caribbean island. To summarize, my ask is a $1 million of a seed fund, which will give me a runway for up to 18 months. We are an entrepreneurial team, revenue generating company, and potential to exit in the next 2 years. Come join us to help our nurses to help us better. If you are interested in investing, please find me after this talk. We also appreciate introductions to any hospitals that you are willing to make. Thank you.
How does the watch communicate to the patient, between the patients and the nurses? Is it over Wi-Fi or
through Wi-Fi?
Is this proprietary hardware, or are you running hardware that's off the shelf and throwing your apps on top of it?
So off-the-shelf smartwatches is the simple answer, but we do specialize in customizing off-the-shelf smartwatches and turning into a health-grade smartwatch.
Understood. And are there regulatory hurdles in terms of compliance when selling into hospitals and care facilities?
Right now, nothing, because we don't collect, store, process any PHI. room number, time of call, how long they have been waiting, how many times they push the button. It's pure numbers.
Got it. And for the sales cycle that you have, what's the average time from an introduction to a hospital to closing?
Pretty much traditionally, it's like up to 18 months.
Yeah.
We are trying to push it down to 12 months by offering, by separating hardware and then software.
Yeah.
Software, they can use it, see what's the problem, and then switch it to the hardware.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so up next, we have a strong company in a strong market with a very strong founder, literally. Say hi to my strength book.
Good morning. My name is Avi. I'm the co-founder and CEO of My Strength Book. And we are building a web and mobile platform that allows strength and conditioning coaches to manage their athletes' training. We only launched our coaching platform in June, and we're already doing $10,800 a month in recurring revenue. 100% of our traffic is word of mouth. We spend $0 on marketing right now. Now, before I tell you the problem we're going after, I want to share my background. This is the first time I bench pressed 600 pounds. I was a professional powerlifter. I traveled the world and won medals at the World Championships. Now, after my athletic career, I went back to school. I did a master's in exercise science, and I got involved in the coaching. I was the head coach for Team Canada Powerlifting for 7 years. I worked with hundreds of elite athletes and dozens of coaches. And through that time, we had a very distinct problem. And that was we were spending far too much time on the administrative tasks of managing athletes' training versus what we do best, which is coaching. To illustrate this problem further, I want to give you a use case. A coach begins their week by designing workouts in Excel, and they send that to athletes via email. They use apps like YouTube to stitch together exercise demos, calendar apps to figure out who they need to meet with and when, and messenger apps to communicate. Now, it's a very disparate process right now, but it's complicated by two emerging trends. Number one, coaches are expected to manage their athletes' training remotely now. Athletes are traveling as part of the team, they have off seasons, so there's several months throughout the year where those athletes aren't physically in the gym with the trainers. And number two, coaches rely on certain training data to understand sport performance, and that data is all over the place right now. It's in athlete journals, random spreadsheets, and in different applications. So this is what's so disparate and time-consuming right now for coaches, and it's the same problem that Div 1 University, Ohio State, came to us with in September. Their powerlifting team has over 200 athletes. Their coaches were working 10 to 12 hours a day, 7 of which was on that process that I just described. We onboarded them onto My Strength Book. We were able to bring that process time down to just 60 minutes a day. We're 7 times more efficient than how coaches currently operate. So this is My Strength Book. Coaches can do everything all in one place. Design and share workouts, manage calendar and communication, track and analyze training data. On the athlete side, they have a beautiful mobile app interface where all their workouts are stored in one place as well. Our business model is a subscription revenue. We charge coaches $4 per month, and our average coach is spending about $200 a month with us. Now, we're going after a single sport market right now, powerlifting. Why? Because we know it really well. We have deep contacts, and it's small enough where we can test and iterate our ideas very quickly. Obviously, in the next coming months, we plan to launch into additional sports, and in a few years, we see our product in every sport facility in the world. Right now, we're going after the 300,000 strength and conditioning coaches in the US, which is a $256 million a year opportunity. Now, I shared my background. I want to talk about my amazing team. My co-founder, Mike, is a top leading data scientist. Our CTO has launched over 200 apps to the App Store. He's also previously launched, scaled, and exited his previous B2B SaaS startup. Now, since joining Parallel18, we added these 4 team members, which we're really excited about, 2 of which right here in Puerto Rico. Their skill sets range from UI, UX design, marketing, and software engineering. This is where we are today, 10,000 MRR. We plan to be at 50,000 MRR by June, which is when we'll open up our seed round. For now, if you know of any coaches, please refer them our way, and if you want to bench press 600 as well, come talk to me.
Have you considered expanding into any other athletic pursuits beyond lifting?
Bodybuilding, CrossFit are the next two. Yeah, those are big markets.
Thank you for the presentation. As you think about the sort of key pain points of time and management efficiency, sort of when you're selling into these coaches, what is the hook to get them involved? Is it the efficiency? Is it the management? And how do you take that similar strategy into these new markets you're going into?
We're finding two key things. One is the efficiency that I talked about, but we also see an interesting opportunity on the data analytics side. So we're doing a lot more with the data that they previously weren't able to do. As I said, everything is sort of all over the place right now, so we're bringing it together and providing some really interesting analysis. And we're also making that process a lot more efficient. So when they need the data, the time they need it, that's when we're able to give it to them.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Next startup is a local startup that helps diversify and highlight what Puerto Rico has to offer in tourism. Welcome, Spottin'.
Hello. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. My name is Brian Bowe. I'm the founder of Spottin', and we're the marketplace for adventure. I'd like to start with a couple of questions. First, will you believe me if I told you there's a waterfall right in the middle of the metro area? It's located in Bayamón, just a short 20-minute drive from here. Second question, did you know there's a natural infinity pool on top of El Yunque rainforest, and there's a tour operator that actually takes you there? No? Well, that's exactly the problem that we solve in Spottin'. Defining these ecotourism opportunities is extremely difficult. With our platform, we offer a detailed curated list of adventure tours that connect you with the best trusted local guides. Our adventure tours focus on remote, off-the-beaten-path, lesser-known destinations. Destinations that offer the real local experience of adventure here in Puerto Rico. Our business model is pretty simple. We take a 10% commission out of each ticket reservation. The rest is given to the local guide. So basically, we're a middleman between travelers and guides. Since being part of P18, we made over $70,000 on revenue. We grow our user base to more than 5,000, and we sold more than 3,000 tickets. We made partnerships with local resellers as Oferta del Día, which is owned by the biggest newspaper in the island. We made partnerships with local hotels who are now reselling our tours to tourists. And we made collaborations with government agencies as the tourism company and Discover Puerto Rico. Now, of all the categories of tourism, adventure travel is one of the most growing markets around the world. As you can see, here in Puerto Rico, we're way, way behind on that. Puerto Rico is not known for ecotourism. Our purpose in Spottin' is to grow that local market of ecotourism. But let me give you a couple of examples of how we're doing that. First, we created Spottin' Academy, a program that basically creates and trains new local guides to offer new local experiences. Right now, we design and operate 8 of the tours that we sell. These tours impact more than 32 businesses around the island that are part of these routes. So, in other words, we don't just sell tours, we help grow a whole industry. As far as competition, yes, we're not the only ones to sell tours. Our difference maker is that we focus on the niche of ecotourism and adventure. Adventures that are sustainable, eco-friendly, and on lesser-known destinations. This is my team. We have backgrounds in engineering, tourism, and marketing. And what we all share is that we are passionate about showing the beauties of our island to the world. We're looking to raise $250,000 of seed money to hire four full-time employees, increase our supply of eco-tours, increase our marketing efforts to the US, and increase our sales distribution channels. With this, I'd like to invite you to visit our page, www.spottin.io, so you can see our list of secret adventure tours. If you're a local, we want to help you rediscover the island. If you're a tourist, we want to help you discover the real Puerto Rico. Each time you buy one of our tours, you're helping us grow the ecotourism industry. Apoya lo local. Thank you.
Thank you. One of the questions that come to mind is the travel industry is notoriously high customer acquisition costs, and so I'm interested in how you balance out your acquisition cost and your revenue model.
Yes, so the way it works, we partner up with other LTAs, we partner up with hotels, so we use different distribution channels. We don't just use marketing efforts on social media. So there's different channels that we use that just the typical social media and marketing efforts that you see going around. Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Okay, who here has a bucket list? Not the negative one, you're dying, an adventure bucket list. The next one is helping the tourism industry get your adventure across the globe. Hear it up for Adventure Bucket List.
Thank you. Good morning. Thank you very much for being here. My name is Ryan Stobie, and I'm the founder of Adventure Bucket List. It's 2018. For your next vacation, you can have your flight, hotel, and car rental booked by the time I'm finished talking. Now, all that's great, but what about everything you plan on doing when you arrive at your destination? Your experience is the most important part of your trip. It's the memory that lasts, and yet for the most part, is still left to plan upon arrival. Here's the biggest problem. 80% of tour operators across the globe still operate in the Stone Age with phones, pens, and paper, making it very difficult to discover and book everything you want to do on your vacation. We're solving this problem. We've created a reservation and back office management software for these businesses that bring them online. They can now take bookings from any device, anywhere on the globe, and 24 hours a day. This is saving them 20 hours of administrative work every week in phone calls and emails, and the revenue is up by a guaranteed amount of 25%. I'd like to introduce you to Dave Nichols. Dave is the founder of Blue Dog Kayaking on Vancouver Island out in Canada. Dave's been operating his business for upwards of 20 years. We reached out to Dave 2 years ago and provided him our solution. After one season of using our software, his 200%. And now David has been able to open up a second location and spend way more free time with his family. The thing is that David is not alone. Here in Puerto Rico, there are hundreds of vendors just like David. And since we landed here with Parallel18, 52 of them are now using our software. And we've processed over 82,000 in bookings here. The next steps, we've partnered with Spotted to help power their bookings for their marketplace. We're going to help educate the different vendors across this island with Foundation of Puerto Rico and leverage the marketing power of the destination marketing organization, Discover Puerto Rico. Our revenue model is simple. We take an enterprise subscription fee on a monthly basis and percentages on transactions of different adventures booked. Since we've launched, we've done over $12.5 million in transactions. We're growing at 17% month over month, and we're sitting at a $700K net revenue run rate as we speak. Our latest initiative that we do is create white labeled marketplaces for tourism boards and DMOs. We take static websites and make them actionable, bookable, and discoverable. What this does is give important exposure to all these local vendors at no cost. The governments and tourism boards have insight and valuable data to what all the travelers are spending money on. And most importantly, within 3 clicks, travelers can now book and secure what they want to do and get on with making important memories. So our 12-month roadmap, so far we've closed 2 of these large enterprise level deals, and we have a few more in the pipeline that after we raise our next round, we'll be executing upon. We're targeting the Caribbean and Southeast Asia as the initial addressable markets, and from there we'll expand outwards to Latin America. Our team was founded by people that have upwards of 25 years experience across the travel industry and are Y Combinator and 500 startup alumni out of Silicon Valley. We have a dream that when executed upon is going to transform the way you book your next vacation. We're raising $1 million, and 300 of which is already committed. We've raised $1 million previously last year. And we're excited to expand and make Puerto Rico our Caribbean home base. So we have a code. If you know any tour operators within the area, tell them the promo code, they can sign up. They get our software absolutely free for their first year. There is a pain. We are the solution. Come be part of the revolution. Thank you.
In terms of the distribution of revenue, how much is the SaaS fee and how much comes to the commission in terms
It's
of a percentage split?
80-20 transactions to SaaS.
Great, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, this startup has developed a technology that could actually grow food in Mars. Oh, and they're from Puerto Rico. A big round of applause for Parallel18's.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jose Couvertier. I bet that many of you, if not all of you, had something to eat this morning. But let me open your eyes, because that's not the case for millions of people out there. That's because 1/3 of the world population live in extremely dry areas, meaning that in those places, one of the most important resources for human survival, food, is scarce. And the situation gets worse. According to the United Nations, approximately 23 hectares of fertile land get lost every minute of every day. This leads us to this main problem. World population is increasing, while the lands we used to cultivate are getting lost. That's what I'm proud to introduce you to, our patent-pending technology, AgroBeads. AgroBeads are small spheres made from natural ingredients that releases water and nutrients to the plant over a extended period of time. They are time-saving, cost-efficient, and most importantly, biodegradable. There are many advantages in using our product, but I want to highlight the two most important. First is that our technology is already proven to work under extreme temperature conditions. And second, by using AgroBeads, you're creating a new way, a more sustainable way of growing by reducing the amount of water and nutrients used per crop. Growing with AgroBeads is quite simple. All you need to do is add the beets to the soil, place the mixture inside a pot, add the seed, cover with soil, and watch the plant grow. But now, let's talk about some of our accomplishments so far. Before the start of this program, we only had a solid idea and a few potential customers. 6 months, but now we're running a business. 6 months in, we have sold more than 2,000 packages of AgroBeads, surpassing our initial sales goal of 1,000. That represents a revenue of around $10,000. Also, our technology has been proven around various labs around the country, but it has now been validated by our paying customers, who are mostly home gardeners. After scaling our production, we're now ready to take our product to the next level and begin sales to plant nurseries and greenhouses. Thanks to our customers, we have developed 3 different products at 3 different price points. We have the Just Water, the All Natural Nutrients, and the Organic Nutrients AgroBeads. And here is the amazing team making all of this possible. Axel Garcia, founder and CEO, invented this technology while at MIT. Eric Rodriguez is our marketing specialist. Marcel Garcia is in charge of all the operations, and I myself, a chemical engineer and a lawyer by training, now the business development of Puration. In order to achieve our goal, we're looking to raise $1 million starting in the first quarter of 2019. The money will be used to improve the technology, expand our team, and most importantly, deliver the beads to the places where they are needed the most. All of you today can be part of the change. Food security starts at home. I encourage you to visit our website and try our product. And if you know anyone who wants to try a more sustainable way of growing, please refer them to us, because we would love to talk. Thank you.
Thank you. This is fantastic, and you're doing great work.
Thank you.
You know, when you think about moving from the small sort of home grower, and you know, how do you scale this business? How do you foresee yourselves, impacting the food supply chain at scale? Is it continuing to work very locally, or is it working with larger organizations to get broader distribution?
Yeah, so that's an interesting question, because we have people say it a combulant market, but we actually have a plan for it. So right now we're mostly focused on a B2C, because that's what is giving us revenue right now. But in January, we're starting our B2B phase, which is with greenhouses and plant nurseries. But we plan, once we have our patent, we plan to license it to NGOs so we can actually affect the food security. Thank you.
This is a great presentation. I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about how this could be used in the cannabis industry.
Oh yeah, so that's a very interesting question too, because that's one of our B2B phases, testing phases, is with the cannabis in the greenhouses. And right now we're just proving that our technology grows what they call mother trees. And once it grows after 3 months and they send it to the lab, it comes back with the same power, our product works for them too. And we can expand to other part of the world where cannabis is legal. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This next startup is one of 16 pre-18 companies that passed from pre-18 to Gen 5. This particular pre-18er started with a concept, and now they've actually had sales across the last 7 months. Let's hear it up for HiveCube.
Hello, my name is Maria Velasco and this is HiveCube. Although hurricanes are a natural part of our climate system, recent research suggests that there has been an increase in hurricane intensity in the North Atlantic. Katrina, Irma, Maria, Florence, unfortunately the list keeps going. For coastal communities, the psychological, economical, and physical impact can be devastating, but nothing is as catastrophic or as horrifying as the aftermath. Hurricane Maria destroyed over 70,000 homes in less than 48 hours. One of the main reasons is that 55% of housing is informally constructed in Puerto Rico. Safe and secure housing is not economically accessible to most. So you can have an idea, median income in Puerto Rico is around $20,000, while median property value of a well-constructed house is around $100,000. So think about it. If you earn $20,000 a year, you have less than $2,000 a month to pay for your car, food, electricity on top of your mortgage. That is simply not enough money. This is why we started HiveCube. We want to break with the preconceived ideas of housing and bring a modern offer that complies with all the necessary codes and can be built to fulfill the needs of the modern Puerto Rican family. Our homes are prefabricated using shipping containers. The use of shipping containers allows us to cut construction time to less than 2 months and be built with all the necessary construction codes. So you can have your own hurricane-resistant house with 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, and a kitchen for $39,000. Apart from this, we also offer an off-grid option with solar energy, a rainwater collection system, and a black and gray water treatment. HiveCube focuses direct sales to organizations around the world looking to rebuild safer and stronger communities and individual clients looking for affordable hurricane-resistant housing. There are 3 major manufacturing companies that would be our direct competition. However, we separate from the competition by offering affordable prices, finance mortgaging, and code engineer technology. Apart from this, our calling to help rebuild sectors that were devastated due to climatic disasters alongside the communities separates us from the spectrum completely. As of today, thanks to our team, which allows us to create a full turnkey project, and our allies, we have finished our full model, our first Hive model, and we have sold our first 2 individual homes, and we are in the current process of developing and manufacturing a container hotel, which will be placed in Isla Verde next year. We expect a revenue of $700,000 by this year, scaling to $4 million by the next year. We are a team. Our team is founded by my partner and architect, Carla Gautier, and myself, Maria Velasco. We are a team of forward thinkers that will enhance the community by our commitment to quality, excellence, value deliverables that will enhance and improve the lives of many. Our goal is to be able to create a manufacturing facility that can create 5,000 homes in less than a month that are easily deployable in climatic disaster areas. For this, we are raising $1 million to further expand our manufacturing facility and buy the proper equipment. We propose an economic solution that can not only be built fast, but be right for the community and the environment. Join us and let us rebuild a safer and stronger world. Thank you.
Thanks. This is a great concept. My question is about how you source the containers and what are the things you do once you get them. Are you starting with new containers or used containers? And then how do you go from a used container that might be beat up or whatever condition it's in, how do you then transition it to be ready to turn into a home?
That's a great question. So we also want to add to the sustainability part. So we use seaworthy containers, reused ones, because there are over 11 million that are just rotting in this side of the world. So we're trying to avoid also and help with the whole sustainability. We buy reused containers that are seaworthy, so they still have the basic structure. We have an EPA agent that comes and makes sure that they're lead-free and pesticide-free. And we also have an structural engineer that comes and makes sure that the 4 points of structure are still there and intact. We also weld and make sure that any tiny holes are covered.
So great presentation. You're doing both disaster relief and then I saw a hotel there.
Yes.
So what's the core business? And if you do both, how do you see the revenue composition being made up?
So we have realized that we're getting two different markets, which is the private market and then the whole community sector. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to divide HiveCube into two parts. And we're going to have the for-profit be the part doing all the private and container hotels and all the bars and everything. And then we're opening up a foundation, which is going to work directly with the communities. And then that way we have a clearer way of dividing the money that comes in and who's helping and volunteering versus what's private and for-profit.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so Randy makes it easy for creators, artists, and manufacturers to share their 3D content. Irra, you got this.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I'm Israel Medina, founder of Rendy.io. And at Rendy, our mission is to make 3D creation and sharing accessible to everyone. Now, most of you may not realize this, but interactive 3D and mixed reality have become ubiquitous in all of our lives, whether you've realized it or not. It's changed the way we share our moments with friends and family. It's changing the way we learn and the way we create content. It's especially changing the way businesses market and sell their products online. Now, some businesses have started adopting this technology. And yet, barriers to entry, such as access to 3D talent, high development costs, and long lead times make it almost impossible for most businesses to access. And that's where Rendy comes in. Now at Rendy, we take your traditional e-commerce website. With our proprietary 3D web viewer and augmented reality technology, we turn your site into a fully interactive 3D experience, optimizing it for 300% longer session duration, 150% return on ad spend, and 54% reduction in bounce rate. And we can do all this for only $99 a month. Now, with the Rendy platform, a user can get started with just 3D objects or a few pictures of their product. You'll upload to our website, set project specifications, and our team of over 30 3D specialists get started developing your product to lifelike accuracy. We also run every asset through our optimization pipeline, which allows for automated rendering, swatch variation, and assembly animation. Now, every asset also gets optimized for a range of devices, including mixed reality, virtual reality, and mobile devices and gaming consoles. We also optimize for marketing platforms such as Facebook and Snapchat. Now, this allows us to create best-in-class quality when it comes to 3D assets. We can create furniture, apparel, appliances, and even medical devices. And in relation to our competition, we're able to do this in half the time and at half the cost. This has allowed us so that in the last year, We've been able to develop over 2,000 3D assets, and we've already solidified partnerships with global companies such as WeWork, Ashley Furniture, and Overstock.com. We are also currently developing projects throughout the US and Latin America. Now, we've been able to do this because we have the best team that I've ever worked with in my life. We have deep expertise in 3D, augmented reality, gaming, and design. And we've already started growing within the US, Latin America, and the Philippines. Now, if you're a small or large company and you'd like to take your business to the next level, come talk to us after the show, and let's get ready. Thank you.
Can you talk to us a little bit about traction? And you had the price point, but in terms of revenue and revenue growth, whatever you're comfortable sharing would be helpful.
Current traction, well, I mentioned in terms of 3D assets, around a little bit over 2,000 right now. In the last, let's say the last year, it totals around $60,000. Literally within the last 3 months is about $30,000 of that. Yeah.
Thank you.
That's it. Thank you, guys. Bye.
Okay, and we have signal. That was a struggle after Hurricane Maria, especially everyone waiting in the expressways. This startup is helping to actually not happen again. One of the main reasons that we had no signal is because of the lack of power in the telecommunications towers. Well, Caban System can help prevent this to happen again. Welcome, Caban Systems.
Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. My name is Najee Barnes-McFarlane, and I'm the co-founder and chief commercial officer of Caban Systems. We are a team of engineers passionate about changing the way the world is powered. Relying on fossil fuels no longer makes sense, but about 40% of telecommunication towers, or nearly 2 million telecommunication towers and fiber optic nodes around the world, still depend heavily on diesel as their primary source of power. This equates to about 122 million tons of CO2 emissions per year. About $42 billion is spent operating and maintaining these sites, and this number is only continuing to grow as the demand for mobile data increases rapidly at both new and existing coverage areas. Traditionally, mobile network operators have been responsible for powering their own sites, driving them to install 2, 3, sometimes 4 diesel generators at a given site. This is extremely inefficient. So we have designed a centralized, cost-effective, and modular lithium-ion storage solution built specifically for remote locations and unreliable grids. Our systems can be monitored remotely using our proprietary platform, which allows us to measure energy usage per operator, control maintenance cycles, and prioritize load shedding. Now, a single Caban system can be used at a given site for all of its operators. Our longer-lasting, cleaner, and customizable solution allows our customers to mitigate theft, reduce their energy expenses, and improve their energy consumption, putting up to 90% of their energy spend back into their pockets. To date, we have closed 7 customers worth $350,000 in initial orders and $9 million in expected follow-on orders. We have 42 engaged customers, 25 of which we expect to close in 2019 for an estimated contract value of $25 million. Our initial site was deployed about a month ago at a site in northern Mexico that had been repeatedly vandalized, leaving it without power at night and unable to serve the nearly 8,000 people or 4 towns that in its coverage area. Our system now helps power the site around the clock, both day and night. We're a young company full of energetic and intelligent engineers. We have 8 full-time employees and 7 contractors. Our team has extensive knowledge in battery manufacturing and engineering and a lot of knowledge in the industry, allowing us to continue to innovate in this field. With $800,000 in an initial seed investment, we were able to set up a manufacturing and production line, as well as surpass our investors' goals of 5 deals worth $2.8 million in follow-on revenue. We are raising our initial equity round. We have 25% of it committed, and we'll be using those funds for product validation and testing and to increase our production capacity to meet the $25 million in expected orders. Thank you very much, and if any of this interests you, we'll be happy to chat afterwards. Thank you.
In terms of the breakdown of off-grid energy consumption and sort of on-grid, where do you see the revenue breakdown of that 25 million? Is it mainly focused on off-grid?
So as far as the market goes, I would say about 35% of the tower sites that we're talking about they're going to be more focused on mobile network operators, and so money will be coming from there. Most of their sites that they're thinking about powering are usually on-grid, on unreliable grids. But if we're talking about just generally off-grid versus on-grid, the off-grid sites, I would say are about 35% as well. But that's also where the majority of the money would be coming from, because they're off-grid. That means bigger systems, more money to be made.
It's a really great product. My question is how the rollout of 5G networks might play into your strategy, and if with 5G you're going to have more of these or fewer. What's the projection there?
So with the rollout of 5G, it's actually going to mean more sites deployed. We've spoken to customers in India, for example, who are talking about building hundreds of sites a month, particularly because they are deploying 5G networks. And still, these sites continue to be in areas where the grid is unreliable, but you still have people who have cell phones and they need service too. So I think the rollout with 5G is actually going to produce a larger market for us.
You talked about energy cost savings using the battery storage. What's the payback period if, suppose I buy a unit, how many months or years?
Could you repeat the end of that?
You talked about cost savings, energy cost savings that your product could generate. What's the payback period for somebody who buys that? How many months of the savings would represent the price of the unit?
So it's really dependent on the size of the system. Obviously, in different countries, you have different costs for your diesel and different costs even for your grid. So it does kind of range, but what I would say, if we're typically just giving like a general average, I would say it's about 3 years.
Thank you.
Thank you. Wait, not cut off for my talk to the questions, right? Yeah.
All right. So this company, you will be anxious for your neighborhood supermarket to have this technology. Welcome, GoPanza.
So hi everybody, my name is David Morales, I'm the CEO of GoPanza, and I'm here to share how we are disrupting the very traditional grocery industry. So first, of you out there, how many people here don't like to go for grocery shopping? Come on, raise a hand. A lot of you. And because of a lot of you hate that, these companies, based on their valuations, they're making a killing on last mile delivery. And their model is pretty simple. They hike up the prices crazy in products, they add additional fees and take things to your home. And people actually love that, but we think it's very inefficient to have individual shoppers shopping on your behalf on stores they don't own and taking that. So we believe that nobody should pay for overpriced groceries. We believe that everybody should have access to these services. And that's why we went out and got the best technology out there, put it together and built the grocery e-commerce. We added in-store technology, picking, packing, dispatch, and warehouse management, and even threw in delivery, and turned around. And instead of building just another delivery company, we're giving that technology to the stores, to traditional stores, so they can fulfill their orders, even doing delivery. And that we did
In a partnership with Puerto Rico's #1 supermarket, Econo, we launched this past summer 3 online stores. And in only a few months, we've been able to sell $1 million in groceries. $1 million in groceries, yes. And that was done through our white label, Econo To Go. It's the first version of our product. So interestingly enough, we learned that not only the delivery is a hot topic, people love curbside pickup because they can go there on their cars and in under 3 minutes get their things in the back of their car. So that's something that delivery companies are not leveraging. Another thing we learned is that food stamps in Puerto Rico, 40% of the people rely on food stamps. So we went ahead and started accepting food stamps through our service. And pretty much in 2 months that we've been operating, those stores are growing triple-digit growth. Now that speaks about how we're lowering the barrier of entry of convenience services, which were not designed for that type of people with not disposable income. Now think about the opportunity. There's $128 billion in the US in food stamps, and that's an opportunity we want to pursue. Now how did we do this? We were able to offer the same in-store prices because Econo is saving a lot of money on operations, and they're still making money. So that's the secret sauce. With our partnership with Econo, we plan to go from $1 million to $40 million with 15 more stores that will be launching in the next 6 to 8 months. That turns around and represents $1 million in revenue by the end of next year. So that's why we're looking to raise $500K, because we think we are ready to export this Puerto Rican technology to the rest of the world. And we will do that by building a sales team, a solid sales team, and continue our aggressive product roadmap. Everything I just shared was built by 2 Puerto Ricans, Stefan and myself. We're very proud software developers, but we want to continue the journey and we want to build our team. So we just shared how in a very contested and challenged grocery and retail industry, people are thinking about what is the future. We just created a model where consumers can pay affordable prices for a service they obviously want, and traditional brick-and-mortar businesses can survive and make money entering the very contested e-commerce. So again, thanks for your time. We have 4 new stores coming out in December, and Lucy, one of them is Altamira, so finally they're coming. You get $5 off on your first order if you try our services, so please download Econo To Go. If you're an investor and you still have money in your checkbook, let's connect. Thank you very much. With that, we're Go Panza.
Well, last questions for the day? Anybody?
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, how is everyone? Good? We're just about there. We have a few things to announce. Startups did a very good job. Startups did a very good job with their timing. Bettina was not able to take out her applause sign. So very good job by the startups. Take it away, Jonathan.
Okay, guys, we're almost done. I want you to get up, stretch a little bit, because I know we're tired, we're all hungry, but we are almost done. So the investors are going to go backstage. They're going to figure out, I don't want to have their job. They're going to figure out who amongst them had the best rating, but we have a fun job now too. We get to vote for our favorite startup. So please put up the instructions. Where are the instructions at? If you don't have Wi-Fi or if you don't have internet, please use IDLNet's lovely gift to us in this demo day to log in. And then we're going to go into the T-Mobile site, our lovely People's Love Award sponsors, and vote for your favorites. Please vote, like now. I want to welcome to the stage Cristina Tamayo and Bettina, who are going to pull me out. Bye.
So while we vote, I'd like to invite to the stage Alexandra Lopez Soler, Senior VP of Marketing, Communications, and Innovation at Evertech, to present 2 special awards.
I was hiding backstage.
Welcome.
Hi, how are you? Sorry.
I'm just gonna say some quick words about EverTech. I don't know if this is it working?
Doesn't seem like it's
Okay. Okay. So EverTech joined our P18 Connect program this year for our Generation 5, and they wanted to do it with a big bang and a big splash. Not only are they working with 11 companies from our Generation 5 startups, but they're also going to be awarding 2 of them today to help give them a big push. We at Parallel18 are really excited to be working with EverTech and to have them join our P18 Connect program. We really hope that we continue to work together in the future.
It's our pleasure. Is this on? Yes? Okay. Well, good morning. Good morning, afternoon? Yeah, still morning. Good morning. Well, just a little bit about EverTech. EverTech is a fintech company. We were born out of innovation. Basically, we were born out of the idea that in the intersection of with innovation and technology, you can do a couple of things. You can make life easier, companies more efficient, and solve real-world problems. I'll use, for example, all the Puerto Ricans in the room, you know ATH Móvil. ATH Móvil has basically, in the last 4 years, transformed the way we transact and make payments in Puerto Rico. And I am sure that at least once a day, one of you hears, te lo puedo pasar por ATH Móvil, te pago con ATH Móvil. If you haven't, you should get out and buy some more stuff. Parallel18 sees companies grow and develop that leverage and apply technology to solve market problems. This is why this alliance for EverTech and Parallel18 is, for us, it's very important because we want to together facilitate and accelerate innovation in Puerto Rico, helping make companies that are sustainable at a global level. At EverTech, although we were born and our headquarters is in Puerto Rico, we are present in 11 countries in Latin America. So as my friend Sebastian told me yesterday, we're going to export together. EverTech is supporting Parallel18 in 2 ways. We're giving Parallel18, as Cristina mentioned, both resources and capital. As far as resources, some of our executives are serving as mentors to all the Gen 5 and will continue into the Gen 6 companies. And as far as capital, which is where all you are waiting for, we're giving, I'll stay back here. We're giving 2 awards today. One of them, and the first one we're going to announce, is the Innovation Award. The Innovation Award we're giving to a company that has seen a problem and has resolved it or is resolving it in the most creative and innovative way, and that has the most potential for sustainability at a global level. So, getting to what you're waiting for. So the company that we're awarding the Innovation Award to is Pration. I don't know if they're here. Are they coming up? Yeah. Congrats. Oh, wait. Felicidades. Okay. Ay, hola. Sí, acá o allá. Dale. There you go. ¿Ya? Lucy sube.
Dijiste que eran $10,000, ¿no?
Yeah, it's the the award is $10,000. The award that we're giving Pration today. It's just a small chump change. You're very welcome. Sorry, that's a good point. Congrats y mucho éxito. So, the second award of $10,000 that we're giving out today is called the EverTech Choice Award. And basically, we're giving this award to a company that aligns to our mission and values, and that we've seen that has the biggest potential impact to both EverTech businesses as well as the clients we serve. So, the company we're giving today the EverTech Choice Award is to Deb Media. And if you're not in the room, we can cross it out and just continue. Felicidades. Felicidades.
Gracias.
Ay, vente acá, vente Lucy. Okay. So anyway, that's it for us. Thank you very much and mucho éxito. Pasen bien.
Give another round of applause to Evertech. 20,000.
Okay. Yes, yes.
Yes.
No. Okay, so we're almost done. Please, I urge you to vote once more. We only have one voting per person. This is the link. I am being told by management that we have.
We have a winner?
Yes? No?
Do we have a winner?
No, yes?
I was just giving them a little bit more time to vote.
Oh, so they're giving you a little bit more of time to vote?
So, vote.
Like.
Let me see. There's a close call. Like always. There's a close call, so if you haven't voted, this is your chance. You might be the winning vote.
Give me a second.
I know what someone's doing around here. You know who you are. Shh. Now the next.
I forgot to do a thing.
So we have a winner. So in name of T-Mobile, they've been our sponsors since basically the second actually demo day. We are very grateful for their support towards our startups on our program. And thanks to them, we have the People's Love Award, who is going to Hive Cube. Come on up, girls. Everybody out for a picture. Here they come.
One more round of applause for Hive Cube,
Hive
everybody.
Cube.
Thank you.
This company is amazing, a Puerto Rican company revolutionizing housing. Here you are. Thank you, thank you. Wait. Thank you. Okay, yes. The picture. This is always so awkward. Okay.
So the judges are still deliberating on who the demo day investor's choice is. So please take the time to stretch your legs. Please don't go away. We're almost done. I promise you there will be food. Just bear with us a little bit more. We're gonna have a little music going on, so if you wanna get up and dance, feel free to do so.
It's gonna be 5 more minutes. That's what they tell us. And that's gonna be a wrap for us, so stay close.
Thank you.
Hola. Ok. Vente, Johnny, acompáñame, no me dejes solo. Aquí. Hi. The voting is almost done. So I want to ask everyone to get back into the theater, especially all P18 startups from Gen 5. You guys need to be inside. Yay! And they're done.
Okay, I think Lucas and the judges, all the investors have reached to the final decision. Lucas, please approach to the stage with all the investors so we can know which of the companies was selected for the investor choice. Round of applause to the investors, please. Lucas. Tell us about a bit of the experience down there.
All right, so it's been great having visiting investors from different regions, different funds, spend a couple of days with us in investor immersion, meeting with companies, evaluating investments, and more importantly, giving their feedback. So we really appreciate all their questions as well. You know, part of the goal here is for new investors to get to know the Puerto Rico ecosystem, and you know, we have some good collaborators moving forward. And I want to introduce Kai Bon, who would also like to say a few words about his experience and then present the winner as scored by the judges.
So thank you all for having us here today. I've been a founder 3 times over and stood on stages like this and asked for money many times. So I know how difficult it is to share your life story and your work with all of us. I'd like to thank everyone from Parallel18 for hosting us. It's been a phenomenal experience, both getting to know the startup ecosystem in Puerto Rico, having some great events. I'm staying through Sunday, so I'll take any suggestions you have. But it's been a phenomenal experience. We've gotten to meet a tremendous number of founders who are doing work in B2B and consumer. And I think all of the investors on stage attend demo days in Silicon Valley, in New York, and Toronto, and we travel around. And there's something very unique about the ecosystem that's being built here. And so I hope that myself and many of the folks on stage will have the opportunity to come back. So thank you for hosting us, and thank you for sharing everything today. So I'm sure after what you felt was a very long deliberation process backstage, sorry we're adding up all the numbers, we wanted to announce the winner, and today's winner is Caban Systems. Najee, there you go. It was a very difficult choice. There are a ton of great startups that were here, but the solution, the traction, and what you're doing to help everyone is phenomenal. So congratulations.
Najee, you want to say something? I'm sure that you're super excited inside, right? Yeah.
Just on the inside.
Just on the inside. Just, yeah. You want to hug? Yeah, you want to hug? There you go. A gift for you. You want to say something?
Well, no, I want to just thank everyone and thank you guys. I really appreciate it. I'm super excited. This is awesome. I don't even...
Congratulations, Najee. Thank you all then for being here. This is a picture time, right? Yes? Picture time. So all the entrepreneurs on the stage, we're going to have the final picture, and the investors, of course, as well. Thank you very much. Caban System, congratulations, and thank you for all the investors to be here this week with us. Lucas and Lucy, the Science Trust, all of our amazing sponsors.
But I laughed like, oh, that was the end, yep.
bueno, sí. Closing remarks. No sé, yo no tengo el... Preguntar a Mariquera. No, quedan los closing remarks, pero aguántalo, tenemos stand-by.
Sí, gracias.